I have late-stage stomach cancer, yet the doctor just tells me to go grab a burger. My parents tell me not to bother calling them either, saying a little illness never killed anyone. But only I know I have 3 months left to live. Walking out of the hospital alone, I can't help thinking back on the past 19 years. My parents have always favored my younger sister, and they always told me the same thing. You're the older one, be sensible, always give in to your sister. To the outside world, I've always been the perfect kid everyone praised, but in their eyes, I've only ever been the disobedient older brother. And even after I suddenly collapsed this time, they still insisted on going to my sister Lily's parent-teacher meeting, and all they tossed at me was one cold line. Come straight home after the checkup. Every time I think about it, I can't hold my tears back. Just then, someone slams into me from the front, sending his things scattering all over the ground. I instinctively apologize, but when I look up, I realize it's my old neighbor, Mr. Wallace. Ethan, are you blind when you walk? Look what you did, you broke everything. What kind of parents raised you? Mr. Wallace lays into me without asking a single question. Let me pay you back then. I pull out a few bills, and instantly his face lights up with a grin. He snatches the money and turns to leave, and as I watch his back, I suddenly think, why should a dying man like me still be so timid and submissive? It was clearly his fault. So without thinking, I call out and stop him. Then I walk right up to him, take the things straight out of his hands, and toss them into the trash can beside us. Mr. Wallace freezes. What the hell are you doing? I already paid you for them. Then all of it belongs to me now, and I can do whatever I want with it. Mr. Wallace just stands there dumbstruck, unable to react for a long moment. Then my tone shifts and I continue. Mr. Wallace, you're the one who walked into me, and yet you turned around and blamed me. Are you blind? His mouth falls wide open, but I don't bother with him anymore. I turn and walk away. When I get home, my parents and Lily are already at the dinner table. The moment I walk in, all three of them stare at me. I just mutter, I'm back, and head straight to my room. That's when my mom, Linda, barely holding back her anger, snaps, what kind of attitude is that? Then she keeps pressing me. Mr. Wallace called today and said you knocked him over, didn't apologize, and cursed him out on top of it. My dad, Richard, walks up to my door too, his face dark. Ethan, you need to understand. Our family has never raised you this way. Making a mistake is fine as long as you own up to it. Now go call Mr. Wallace and apologize sincerely, you hear me? But I just answer flatly, no. Both of them freeze, unable to process it for a long moment. What kind of attitude is this? We're only saying this for your own good. Because of my words, they instantly turn furious, and a wave of discomfort washes over me too. Today was the day I picked up my medical report, yet from the moment I walked in, not one of them has asked a single word about my condition. Linda seems to sense something is off with me. Ethan, if you bump into someone, shouldn't you apologize? But Richard is still fuming. Why waste words on him? This family has no place for a rude little brat. If he doesn't apologize, he can stop calling us mom and dad from now on. Fine, I agree. I answer coldly, then lift my head and keep going. You gave me my life, so I should have called you mom and dad forever. But since you're the ones telling me not to, I'll never call you that again. Mom and dad freeze in place. What is going on? In the past, no matter what happened, I would rush to admit fault and apologize. Yet now I'm actually saying this. Richard's head throbs with rage, his body trembling violently, and Linda stares at me full of disappointment. Ethan, what on earth is wrong with you? I look back at them coldly. I went to pick up my medical report today, and neither of you said a single word, not one question about my condition. The two of them stiffen. How is your illness? A real man doesn't whine about being a little sick. Stop being so wishy-washy like a woman. Mom Linda's words are at least sincere, just too little too late, while Dad Richard's words come out sharp and cutting. I'm tired. Can you please leave? I close my eyes, aching all over. I have no mood left to explain anything to them, and Richard still tries to say something more, but Linda quickly pulls him out. Not long after, Linda's phone starts ringing. Hello, this is Ethan's doctor. He didn't take his report home with him today. An older man's voice comes through the line. Nothing serious, right? I understood. Linda waves her hand with a smile and even thanks Dr. Miller. Dr. Miller stays silent for a moment. He didn't tell you for your sake, but as his parents, I believe you have the right to know the truth. You're kind of scaring me, doctor. My son has always been perfectly healthy. Linda waves it off with a laugh, and Dr. Miller continues in a sincere voice. Your son has late-stage stomach cancer. There is nothing more we can do. He has only 3 months left. Doctor, you must be joking. My son is perfectly healthy, no coughing, no sneezing. How is this possible? Somehow, in that moment, Linda starts to feel afraid. Professional machines don't make mistakes with results like these. Dr. Miller's tone is flat. After hanging up, Linda just stands frozen in place. No, I have to go ask Ethan. Panic burns in Linda's eyes, and she rushes upstairs at full speed. In the bedroom, I am sleeping peacefully. Linda stares at my quiet face, and a nameless ache twists inside her chest. That night, lying in bed, Linda thinks about so many things and suddenly realizes she has never really given her son anything. I still remembers the time he said he wanted durian, but because Lily didn't like the smell, I just told him, you have to give in to your sister as the older brother. One time he happily told us he had scored a perfect 100 on every subject, and we only smiled a little, taking it for granted. Yet when Lily barely passed, we practically celebrated. Every past moment floods back into her mind, and in this instant, Linda's heart feels like it's being torn apart. Why did it come to this? Her tears soak into the pillow beneath her head. The next day, I get up very late. and by the time I come downstairs, the whole family is already at the table eating, and I'm surprised to see dumplings today. Dumplings are the one thing I love, but Lily doesn't like them, so we almost never have them on the table. Ethan, today's your favorite. Are you happy? Lily says to me with a bright grin, but I just wave her off. Not eating. Then I grab my backpack and head straight out the door. Richard's voice comes from behind me. I told you not to make this stuff, see, complete waste. Ethan, the hospital called Mom yesterday and told her everything. That isn't true, is it? I never planned to tell you. Since you know now, so be it, but please don't tell anyone else. I just want to spend these last 3 months in peace. This can't be real. Let's go get checked again, okay? The hospital must have made a mistake. I glance at her calmly and turn to leave. In the past, no matter how much I did, I never earned a single smile from them. This sudden change now, I really can't get used to it. Behind me, Linda is crying, her face soaked in tears. You have to believe Mom loves you. Soon after I arrive at school, I spot Marcus and Lauren from a distance. The moment she sees me, Lauren instinctively steps a little away from Marcus. I only give a small smile and walk right past them. Marcus is my neighbor, the friend I grew up with since childhood, and Lauren is the girl I have feelings for. If it were the old me seeing this scene, I would definitely have felt terrible, because Marcus likes Lauren too. But now, I've let it all go. Seeing me walk off so coldly, Lauren turns and calls out to me. Ethan, it's not what you think, we just had something to discuss, that's all. I only nod and stride toward the classroom. It's the first time Lauren has ever seen me treat her this coldly, and a sudden fear grips her heart. Lauren, let's continue. Sorry, I need to go find Ethan, he's acting strange today. I can't shake this feeling. With that, Lauren runs off to chase me. Watching Lauren's figure disappear, Marcus kicks the tree beside him in fury. Marcus was a close friend of mine when we were kids, but at some point, we started drifting apart. Later on, Marcus would even go out of his way to find excuses to give me trouble. As for Lauren, I met her at the beach. At the time she was drowning, and I was the one who pulled her out of the water. Later she ended up in the same class as me, and we gradually grew close. But when it came to my confession, she never gave me a clear answer. I really believed that after putting in so much effort, she'd surely be moved. Right then, Lauren rushes up behind me in a hurry. Ethan, you seem a bit off today, are you okay? I'm fine. Lauren is left speechless for a moment. If it were before, seeing that scene earlier, I never could have smiled about it. Her uneasiness only grows stronger. Just as Lauren opens her mouth to say something, I cut her off. Lauren, the truth is, I like you. Lauren is instantly caught off guard, and instinctively wants to run from it. I just smile faintly, then turn and walk away without another word. Lauren stares at my back, and something inside her twists with a painful ache she can't explain. In the past, I would have kept pressing her for an answer, but now, I don't. In class, the teacher calls on Marcus to answer a question, but with his poor grades, he just stands there blankly. Seeing this, the teacher sighs. It looks like having Ethan tutor you hasn't helped much. Ethan, I'll have to ask you to keep helping Marcus more in private. I slowly rise from my seat. Miss Parker, I've got some things going on lately. Please find someone else. Ms. Parker blinks, and the whole class looks at me in surprise. I've always been the golden student in the teacher's eyes, and to everyone, anything a teacher asks, I would never refuse. Is something going on? Marcus suddenly feels a rush of unspeakable rage, glaring at me viciously. Ms. Parker, Marcus has a problem with me. Every time I try to teach him with care, he never really listens. I have a lot of my own things to deal with, and I don't want to keep wasting time on this. Hearing me speak this bluntly, Ms. Parker can only nod awkwardly, while the students in the classroom stare at me in shock. Is this really Ethan? How could Ethan ever say something like that? He actually refused a teacher's request? If it were before, he would have agreed on the spot without hesitation. In the middle of the whispers, Lauren stares at me lost in thought, replaying the earlier moment in her mind, almost more certain now that this is my own unique way of confessing to her. On the other side, Marcus can neither stand still nor sit down. He stares at me, his fists clenching tight. The dismissal bell rings, and the class monitor reminds Marcus to clean up. Seeing me packing up my things, Marcus slams the broom down right in front of me. Ethan, I've got something to do today. You handle the cleaning for me. I shoot him a glance. Marcus looks completely entitled, with zero attitude of actually asking, only pure arrogance instead. Why should I? Because I've got something and I need you to help, don't you always do this? By now I've finished packing up and slung my backpack over my shoulder. Marcus can clearly tell I haven't taken a single word of his seriously. His face darkens. We grew up together, I've got something on now. You wouldn't refuse to help, would you? Seeing Marcus like this, everyone around turns to look. In the past, whenever Marcus put on this face, I would always give in for the sake of keeping the peace, because I never wanted things to get ugly. Marcus's expression grows fiercer, but I act like I don't see it at all, and say flatly, you can drop that word not, so you'll help. I meant drop the not from not help. Hearing this, several people around burst out laughing, and Marcus's face turns a shade of angry green, grinding his teeth at me. Are you screwing with me? Don't flatter yourself. I don't even glance at him as I walk right past. Marcus's head is practically smoking with rage. He'd rather be cursed out by me than be completely ignored. Half crazed with anger, he grabs onto my shoulder. Stop right there, I only asked you for one favor. If you're not gonna help, you could just say so. Why the hell are you playing with me? Is this fun for you? Hearing this, I suddenly remember everything from the past, and I laugh. I still remember the first time I actually refused, and he almost lunged at me to teach me a lesson. Not wanting to embarrass everyone in front of others, I ended up agreeing, and after that, every single time I refused, he would pull the same act. I turn around, my eyes cold and distant. I have no obligation to help you. My presence throws Marcus off balance a little. He stammers, "Aren't we friends?" "We are not friends, we just know each other. And second, even friends have no obligation to help. Also, is this how you ask people for a favor? Anyone else would think I owe you millions." Seeing everyone staring at him, Marcus breaks into a full sweat. "I thought we were friends, and between friends words don't need to be so careful. Don't flatter yourself, I already said we are not friends. If all your friends are the ones you order around, then I truly pity your friends." The moment I finish speaking, Marcus's face flushes deep red. The classmates around him stare in stunned silence, barely able to believe what they're hearing. The one most shocked of all is Lauren. Ethan today is far too different. It's like he's become a completely different person. Watching my back, she suddenly feels a strange emptiness in her heart. "Ethan, you humiliate me like this. I won't let this go." In a fit of rage, Marcus charges straight at me. Seeing this, two students beside him grab him and hold him back, but his eyes have gone bloodshot. He shoves both of them off. "Get out of my way. If I don't teach him a lesson today, my name isn't Marcus." With that, he clenches his fist and rushes at me. A few timid girls let out screams of fright. Judging by Marcus's stance, it looks like he's about to beat me to death, and many classmates squeeze their eyes shut, unable to watch. Marcus is much taller and larger than the average student, while I look somewhat frail, seemingly no match for him at all. Watching Marcus charge at me, I plan to kick straight into his chest, sending Marcus stumbling backward onto a desk. Everyone in the room just stands there frozen. I look at him coldly. "Don't forget, I've trained in martial arts before." With that, I grab my bag and stroll out of the classroom. "Ethan, I will not let this go." Marcus roars in furious desperation. Because he screams so hard, he then breaks into a fit of coughing. The students in the classroom are still staring blankly at the scene before them. Even now, they still can't believe that the Ethan they see today is really the same person. "Lauren, Lauren!" a girl calls out. Lauren rises from her seat and rushes out after me. If this were any other day, she would have been the first to run over and check on Marcus. Today, she too has become strange. Seeing Lauren dash out in such a hurry, Marcus suddenly deflates like a punctured ball. Everyone around him casts sympathetic glances his way. The class knows the truth best. Even though Marcus likes Lauren, Lauren has always liked me. "Ethan!" I stop, saying nothing, only looking back at Lauren with distant eyes. "You're acting strange today. So you're here to blame me?" "That's not what I meant." Lauren instantly panics, quickly waving her hands. In the past, Lauren wouldn't say it outright, but her words would always lean toward blaming me, expecting me to keep the peace. "So what exactly do you want to say? What actually happened? You've become someone none of us recognize today. My affairs don't need anyone else's concern, you don't need to worry, and I won't affect anyone else." Lauren's heart twists inexplicably. Could it be that in my eyes she is just some outsider, reduced to nothing but a name? "You confessed to me this morning, don't you want to know my answer?" "No need." "But didn't you always keep asking before?" Lauren grows anxious. She feels that if she lets me walk away this time, whatever was between us will truly be over. "You said it yourself, that's not what you meant, so I won't take up your time. Live your own life, that's better." I just hadn't made up my mind before. It's not that I don't like you. "If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. Can we still go back to how we were? We'll always be friends." Lauren clutches her chest. The word friends feels like it's stealing the air from her lungs. It is the first time she has ever felt this kind of piercing pain. After Marcus finishes cleaning, the sky has already grown dark. He walks into a certain room, backpack in hand. The room is filled with all kinds of paintings, and right in the center, a young man in his early 20s is painting. Hearing the sound, he turns around, and Marcus opens his mouth apologetically. "Sorry, Oscar. Oscar grew up in the same neighborhood as us, and he took care of us like an older brother. Got into it with Ethan again, huh? Every single time you fight with Ethan, you end up running over here. Because you know Ethan comes here too." Marcus falls silent. "If you consider him a friend, then why do you keep doing these things to him?" "I picked on him again today, I just can't stand him. We all grew up together, yet he always seems to be one step ahead of me. In everyone's eyes, whatever he does is right. Why are all your eyes on him and only him? I don't even exist to any of you." Oscar knows that my conflict with Marcus goes back a long way, far beyond what a few words from he could ever smooth over. Marcus once ran to Oscar in tears, telling him that his mother was always comparing him to me, comparing our personalities, comparing our grades. Back then, Marcus only felt resistance toward me, nothing more. Everything changed drastically the day he met Lauren. Even though I was the one who saved Lauren, she mistakenly believed it was Marcus who rescued her. Marcus stayed by Lauren's side as the one who saved her life. Even though Lauren had feelings for me, because of Marcus she was never able to accept me. But even so, Marcus knew Lauren's true feelings better than anyone. From that point on, Marcus came to truly hate me, and yet deep down he was also afraid. He was terrified that Lauren would learn the truth, because back then he had insisted over and over that he was her savior, using it to beg Lauren not to accept my confession. At this time, impatiently hangs up the phone and turns to leave. Watching his back, Oscar lets out a soft sigh, but with a look of worry, he glances toward another direction. In the past, Marcus and I would always show up here one after the other, but today I didn't come. It's already very late by the time I get home. My parents and Lily are eating fruit while watching TV. I give my usual "I'm back," then head straight to my room. Richard stands up with a dark face, putting on his fatherly authority. Hold it, why are you home so late? What have you been doing out there? Do I really need to explain what I do? You never used to come home this late. You are such a disappointment now. I disappoint you? You've never really cared about me at all, have you? What do you mean? How can you even say that? I raised you to respect your elders. Is this how you speak to your own father? A wave of suffocating pressure rises inside me for no reason. What does the word father even mean anymore? I'm tired. I don't want to argue. If there's nothing else, I want to go rest. Richard trembles with rage, while Linda watches from the side, her heart pounding with dread. You come home this late. Where did you go? What shameful things have you been doing out there? Shameful. Hearing him say that, my heart turns even colder. Linda pulls at Richard, tears streaming down. Stop it, please. Look at what you've become. Nothing but a rude thug. You've dragged this family's reputation into the dirt. All you know how to do is blame me. Do you even know what actually happened? You're the one at fault. You refuse to reflect on it. You just want to run from responsibility. Who on earth taught you this? The more Richard talks, the bolder he gets. At some point, Lily has walked over too. She has never seen Richard this fierce before. Ethan, just say sorry once, please. Dad is really angry. Lily begins pleading with me, and Linda also looks at me with hopeful eyes. I did nothing wrong, and I won't apologize. There's no point in saying anything more. If you want to call the police, go ahead. With that, I try to escape. Staying in this place makes it impossible for me to calm down no matter what. Lily stares at me blankly. All it takes is one word of apology, so she can't understand why I refuse to do it. At that moment, Richard yanks out his belt and swings it at me. Linda quickly wraps her arms around him and signals Lily to help pull him back. Richard has a soft spot for Lily, so with her there, he won't easily lash out. After I return to my room, Richard's furious roars keep pouring through the walls. Let me go. I have to teach that little brat a lesson. Who does he think he is? Every bite of food and every piece of clothing on him was given by me, and the moment I decide otherwise, he'll be starving on the streets. Hearing all this, my tears fall despite myself. I can't help wondering why I was ever brought into this world. Late at night, I sit staring blankly at a book. Linda comes into my room playing the caring mother. Ethan, I'm your mother. Of course I'm here to check on you. No need, I don't want it. But Linda still walks over and sits down at the edge of my bed. Your father really does mean well for you. I don't respond, just staying silent. Linda continues. Your father used to be just like you when he was young, but later, because of certain things, he couldn't go to college. So he's always placed all of his hopes on you. The reason he's strict with you is because he loves you. None of that matters anymore. I'm someone who's about to die. Ethan, we're a family. Anything that happens, we can face together. Enough, I want to rest. I cut her off impatiently. Linda opens her mouth and closes it and leaves with tears brimming in her eyes. The moment she returns to their bedroom, Richard immediately presses her. Did that little brat say something hurtful again? I'll go teach him a lesson. No! Linda snaps, sharp and sudden. Richard is startled. He stares at Linda, and her tears start pouring down uncontrollably. Ethan, the words rise to her lips, but Linda cannot bring herself to finish. Seeing Linda so devastated, the fury in Richard's eyes only burns hotter. Linda keeps crying and shaking her head, while Richard's face darkens to its very limit. Fine, if it's because I failed to raise him right that he turned out like this, then I'll be the one to fix him. That night, sleep refuses to come to me. When I was little, my father was strict, but he also loved me deeply. Yet somewhere along the way, his attitude toward me changed. The next morning, I go through the motions and say my usual line. I'm off to school. I made breakfast, aren't you going to eat? But one glance at the table leaves her stunned, and she turned to Lily. Where's breakfast? Lily lowers her head and doesn't dare speak. Soon Linda finds the breakfast dumped in the trash can, and turns to Richard in disappointment. Did you do this? Today I'm going to make him understand who runs this house. Linda trembles with fury. Richard stands up, still refusing to let it go. Look at him, acting like some little thug. It makes me sick just looking at him. Enough! What kind of father acts like this? He is your son. All of this is for his own good. He turns back to me. You eat what I give you and wear what I give you. You have no right to bargain with me. If you don't do what I say, I will never forgive you. Then don't. Richard slams his fist onto the table in rage. Linda and Lily are both shaking with fear. If you walk out that door today, don't you ever come back. I'll find time to move out so I won't get in your way anymore. What did you say? Then get out. Take your things and get out of this house for good. Linda can't help letting out a scream from the side. Why are you saying such hurtful things to your own son? I'm doing this for his good. He's the one who can't tell right from wrong. For his good, you humiliate him like this? It's your indulgence that turned him into what he is now. If I had known he'd turn out like this back when he was born, I should have strangled him right then. Linda slaps Richard hard across the face. Richard just stands there stunned, unable to react. Lily bursts into tears on the spot. Richard starts cursing furiously, while Linda covers her face and sobs to herself. Do you even know what has happened? Seeing Linda like this, Richard suddenly feels a groundless panic. Ethan, I kick the front door open. Don't worry, I'll move out soon. Ethan, that's not what I meant. I don't care. Stop right there. Who taught you to be this rude? I ignore his words and walk out the door. Richard's voice follows me from behind. If you walk out that door today, we cut all ties. His voice is already trembling. I only give him one look before turning and striding away. Richard suddenly panics and rushes after me. Ethan! Linda instantly blocks his path. Richard bursts out anxiously. What are you doing? Are you really going to watch your own son cut ties with us? Seeing Richard so frantic, Linda's anger boils over. Isn't this exactly what you wanted? I only wanted him to be better. Linda stares at Richard with tears streaming down, and Richard stammers in a panic. You know what kind of person I've always hoped he'd become. In my plan, he was supposed to be the best of the best. He can't do it, and neither can you, Linda shouts at Richard in a sharp voice. Richard's face turns deathly pale, cold sweat pouring down. I know it, you're afraid of him. Seeing his secret exposed, Richard's lips quiver. You're afraid of your own son because of what happened back then. Richard shakes his head, refusing to admit it, while Linda covers her face and cries. Well, now you've lost a son. Richard's legs give out, and he collapses onto the floor. Suddenly he snaps back to himself. No, I have to find him. The class bell rings, and Lauren and Bella are discussing why I've changed. Bella coolly says just one word, woman. Hearing this, Lauren suddenly feels uncomfortable inside. At that moment, I walk out of the classroom with my backpack. Lauren snaps out of it and rushes after me. Ethan, do you have something? Where are you going? In fact, she wants to ask me whether I've gotten a girlfriend, but the words won't come out when it comes to it. Whatever you want to say, just say it. Let's go study together at the library. I glance at her. I used to be the one asking for this, but Lauren always worried about what others would say and never agreed. I have things to do. What kind of things? Can I know? Lauren steps forward 2 paces with some emotion. No. Why? You used to say you wanted to share everything with me. That's all in the past now. Just let it stay in the past. But I don't want it to end there. Is what we had just going to disappear like this? I give no answer. Lauren lifts her head and stares at me. Have you fallen for someone else? Lauren, there is nothing between us. From beginning to end, we've only been classmates. I have no obligation to tell you anything. But didn't you confess to me? You already rejected me. I just hadn't made up my mind yet. I don't have the time to wait for you to make up your mind. If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. An indescribable ache swells inside Lauren. At that moment, Bella's words come back to her out of nowhere. Could he really have fallen for another woman? Without another thought, Lauren dashes off after me. By the time she reaches the school gate, she sees me walking with a graceful, beautiful woman. The two of us are chatting and laughing as we leave the campus together. Lauren watches us walk away, tears streaming down uncontrollably. You're looking for a place to live? Vivian looks at me with some surprise. For a good, well-behaved guy like me to move out, it really shocks her. Yeah, okay. Vivian is my classmate's older sister. Back then, she was the one who taught me how to swim. Thanks, Vivian. Looking at her confident smile, I can't help envying her. After saying goodbye to Vivian, the sky has already grown dark. I sit alone on a park bench. Suddenly, my phone starts ringing. Seeing that it's Linda, I hang up straight away, but the phone keeps ringing over and over. Growing impatient, I turn off the phone, lean back against the bench, and close my eyes. A long time ago, I once ran away from home. I hid in a place where I often used to play, thinking my parents would find me quickly, but in the end, I didn't even catch a glimpse of them. Eventually, starving, I went home on my own. Thinking about this now, a bitter ache floods through my chest. I truly don't understand. If they dislike me this much, why did they ever bring me into this world? Meanwhile at home, Linda keeps dialing my number over and over, but every call goes unanswered. Desperate, Linda suddenly thinks of something, and frantically starts scrolling through her contacts. On the other side, Lauren is still wondering who that person by my side really is. Right then her phone suddenly rings. It's Lily. Lauren, do you know where my brother is? Ethan hasn't gone home yet. At that moment, Lauren thinks of that woman, then bites her lip, and says out of spite, maybe he's out on a date with some other woman. Lauren, you don't know, this morning my brother and my dad had a huge fight. After hanging up, Lauren cannot calm down for a long time. She had no idea I was going through all of this. Her heart suddenly clenches painfully. Why couldn't she have noticed sooner? Lauren changes her clothes and rushes out the door. The streets are almost empty. Lauren searches for a long time but doesn't find a single clue. She goes to all my favorite places, and to every spot I usually like to hang out, but nothing. Lauren's mind is in complete chaos. Just then Lily calls again to ask if there's any news. Lauren shakes her head, then suddenly thinks of something, hangs up, and rushes toward the beach. From a distance she sees a figure, and just as she's about to walk over, she sees another figure has already come up beside me. Lauren isn't seeing things wrong. It's the same woman from earlier that day. Her tears immediately come pouring out. Here she is, working so hard to find me, and I'm off having a date with another woman. Lauren runs off in tears. Her phone rings with Lily's call, but she rejects it without even thinking. After Vivian brings me inside, she starts questioning me with a serious tone. I instinctively stand up. Vivian smacks the top of my head. You're already here and still trying to leave? It's this late, where can you even go? I want to go home. If you actually wanted to go home, you wouldn't be about to spend the night out on the street. Stay right here or Vivian's really going to get angry. I don't want to be a burden to you. I don't mind the trouble. An inexplicable ache stirs somewhere inside me. Alright, spill it. Can I not? What do you think? I let out a soft sigh and tell her about my situation. Vivian freezes in place. Around the corner, a cup crashes to the floor and shatters into pieces. A boy stands there, mouth wide open, staring blankly at me. It's my best friend and Vivian's younger brother, Kevin. Is this some kind of mistake? How is this possible? Soon he snaps back to himself and says with emotion, let's go back to the hospital and get you checked again. It must be a mistake. I never wanted to let you guys know. I was just afraid you'd be hurt. Is it really confirmed? Only 3 months left. I want to make the most of these 3 months. We were supposed to be brothers for life. We said that. Did you forget? He shakes my shoulders violently, tears rolling down his cheeks. Holding back the ache inside, I say, the next life will do too. Kevin shakes his head helplessly, stumbling backward in a mess. Watching this scene, Vivian can't hold back her tears either. The next day in the classroom, Miss Parker taps on my desk. Ethan, come with me for a moment. With that, she strides out of the room. The students in the classroom watch this scene with strange looks. Most of them received a phone call from Ms. Parker earlier, so they already know about what happened last night. I'll be right back. I shake my head at Kevin. When I arrive at the teacher's office, other teachers are there too. And besides Ms. Parker, there's someone else present, my father Richard, whose face is dark at the moment, as if something deeply humiliating has happened. Seeing him, I stiffen instinctively, then let out a self-mocking laugh. In the past, he never once showed up to parent-teacher meetings, yet now he actually took time off to come. How ironic. You didn't come home yesterday, where did you go, what were you doing? I was with Vivian. Ethan, tell me the truth, what really happened? I shake my head and say nothing more. Richard suddenly stands up and snaps. In front of the teacher, tell the truth right now. Ms. Parker, you don't know, Ethan suddenly seems like a completely different person, not only full of lies but talking back at every turn. I need to discipline him properly and make him change. Mr. Richard, please calm down. Seeing the other teachers all looking over, Ms. Parker raises a hand to signal Richard. Richard shoots a furious glance at me, then finally sits back down to the side. You still don't want to talk? There's nothing I want to say. I shake my head. If Richard weren't here, I might have been willing to explain, but right now I don't want to say a single word. Ms. Parker lets out a soft sigh and waves her hand. Two people at the doorway slowly walk in. It's Marcus and Lauren. Last night, Marcus says he ran into you with a girl, and that you were being intimate. Do you admit it? Ms. Parker, I saw it with my own eyes. When you called me, I went out to look too, but I never expected to find Ethan with a girl, and being very intimate. That's why yesterday's whole mess happened. I saw Lauren there too, she must have seen it as well, she can back me up. Ms. Parker turns to Lauren. At this moment I look at Lauren too. I've spent plenty of time with her. If Marcus doesn't know me, Lauren surely can't not know me. Lauren keeps her face stiff, as if she doesn't see the look in my eyes, and gives a nod. Yes, Ms. Parker, I saw it too. Because it was very dark I couldn't see too clearly, but I could tell Ethan was extremely close with a girl, and it wasn't just an ordinary relationship. I let out a self-mocking laugh, and Richard once again jumps to his feet. So this is what's been going on. Is this how I raised you? This is how you repay me? I worked myself to the bone to pay for your education, and this is what you go and do? No wonder you've been acting so strange lately. Mr. Richard. Richard heaves in ragged breaths, grinding his teeth in fury. But seeing the look in Miss Parker's eyes, he clenches his jaw and sits down, his face still ugly. Miss Parker turns to Marcus and Lauren. You need to be sure, this kind of thing can have a huge impact on a student's reputation. I'm sure, Marcus says without hesitation. Lauren hesitates for a moment, then gives a firm nod. Right at that moment Kevin stumbles into the room, looking disheveled. That's not right, Miss Parker. Ethan was actually with me yesterday. Lauren, you spend so much time with Ethan, you should know him well. He's not the kind of person who would do something like that, and he wouldn't cause trouble for others so easily, would he? The images from last night echo in Lauren's mind. She grits her teeth and says, people aren't always what they seem. I saw it with my own eyes yesterday. Kevin nearly explodes at her. Marcus also turns to look. Kevin, I know you're Ethan's best friend, but helping someone isn't done like this. You son of a... Kevin. At Miss Parker's word, Kevin snaps his mouth shut. Miss Parker looks at me steadily. Ethan, talk to me, don't worry, tell me the truth. Whatever the issue is, I'll do my best to look into it. I won't wrongly accuse anyone innocent. Hearing Miss Parker's words, everyone else turns to look, all of them fixing their eyes on me at once. I glance at them, and an indescribable feeling stirs inside my heart. At this point, I no longer hold expectations from many things, but seeing a former friend, seeing my own father wearing this look like I'm his enemy, still leaves me struggling not to feel the ache. I only wanted to spend these last 3 months in peace, but it seems even this wish is too much of a luxury. Miss Parker, I have nothing to say. What they saw is the truth. I take a deep breath. Hearing this, a look of excitement flashes across Marcus's face, while Richard and Lauren both show expressions of disappointment. Richard's eyes go wide as he charges forward with a raised fist. Why? Miss Parker quickly steps in front and blocks him. Richard's face burns with rage. Miss Parker, get out of the way, today I have to teach this brat a lesson. I kept wondering how he suddenly changed, so this is what it really was. With so many good things to learn, he had to pick up this poison instead. I'll beat him to death. Seeing this, the other teachers all come over to talk him down. Only then does Richard stop, his face flushed red. What happened today is too humiliating for him, he can barely stand to stay any longer. On the other side, Lauren stares at the disappointed look on my face, and her heart sinks with gloom. She never could have imagined that the person who once said again and again that he loved her, who said he would protect her, would turn around and do something like this. Too disappointing for words. Walking out of the teacher's office, Kevin looks at me. Why didn't you tell the truth? What's the point? I only have so much time left. I don't want to keep going like before, wearing myself out trying to explain. They're definitely going to regret this. What happens to them, I don't care about anymore. I smile and shake my head. Just as we're speaking, Marcus and Lauren walk up from behind. Marcus glances at me. Ethan, don't blame me, I'm doing this for your own good. I don't want you to go down the wrong path. You son of a... Like a keg of gunpowder set alight, Kevin lunges forward and yanks Marcus up by the collar. Marcus struggles uneasily. What are you trying to do? Kevin, like me, is a trained fighter with real skills under his belt. Marcus is no match for him. Forget it, Kevin. Reluctantly, Kevin lets go, glaring coldly at Marcus. Don't think I don't know what you're up to. You're just jealous of Ethan, aren't you? You don't have a single honest bone in your body, all you know how to do is pull dirty tricks. You think you're worthy? Marcus's face turns green then white. Kevin lets go and shoves him away outright. Marcus loses his footing and falls flat on the ground in a humiliating heap. I thought you were the one who knew Ethan best. You really are a total disappointment, Lauren. A wave of unfair pain rises in Lauren from nowhere. In her mind, she is the one who was betrayed, so she meets Kevin's gaze angrily. I thought I was the one who knew him best, but I was wrong. I was the one who was wrong. Now that Ethan is in a situation like this, you, the one who supposedly knows him best, chose to stand against him. You will regret this. I won't. I know myself very well. I won't regret it over someone like him. Lauren feels that out of everything she has done. The one thing she regrets most is falling for someone like this. He's such a disappointment to her. Let's go. I tug on Kevin's arm and turn to leave. Staring at my resolute back, Lauren clenches her fists tight, and the pain in her heart only deepens. He's the one in the wrong, so why am I the one hurting like this? I won't regret it, not ever. Lauren stares stubbornly at our two figures. The dismissal bell rings and Kevin and I walk out together. The class is buzzing with whispers. Marcus, what on earth actually happened? Ethan didn't even go home. Ethan doesn't seem like that kind of person. Are you sure you're not mistaken? I heard something like this could lead to school punishment. You two better not be talking nonsense. Marcus suddenly stands up. He glances at the figures walking out the door and lets out a cold laugh. I saw it with my own eyes. You can know a face but never a heart. You don't really know him at all. Hearing this, the rest of the class falls silent. Lauren stares blankly at the doorway. She hasn't taken in a single word of any lesson today. Lauren, what's wrong with you? Bella asks with a hint of concern. Lauren snaps back to herself. She quickly gathers her things and runs toward the classroom door. I've got something to do today. I'm heading back. Seeing Lauren's sudden move, the class is surprised again. Lauren is acting strange today too. Out on the street, Kevin waves his hand, and Vivian walks over with a smile. Today Vivian is dressed in a soft blue dress, with fuzzy boots on her feet, looking gentle yet beautiful. Senior, still being so formal, no need to be formal with me. Sis, how's the search for a place going? Are you sure you're my real sister? You treat Ethan better than you treat me. I've asked around. There are 2 spots that look really good, not too far from the school, and the prices are affordable. Let's go take a look right now. Ethan, now it depends on which one you like better. I asked them to keep both places open for you. Thanks. I've kept all my scholarship money over the years on one card, so it should be enough to cover me for a few months. Here we go again. Vivian ruffles my hair freely, which stirs up another round of complaints from Kevin. From another corner, Lauren watches this scene, biting her red lips as tears fall despite her. She followed us here as if she'd lost her mind, and seeing this scene, she feels like a total fool. Everything is already beyond dispute, so why did she come chasing after him? They're clearly all in on it together. He deserves the punishment. Lauren starts sobbing softly. The figures ahead of her slowly walk away, and as if by some invisible force, Lauren follows after them again. I'm such an idiot. Watching us chat and laugh as we walk, she leans helplessly against a tree in front of an apartment building, the ache in her heart impossible to hold in. Even knowing he's this kind of person, in the end she still wants to believe him. I really am a fool. You're Lauren, right? I'm Vivian. How did you know it was me? You're so beautiful, and you followed us the whole way. I figured it had to be you. Lauren, caught red-handed, feels her head drop low and turns to leave. Don't you want to know what we're here for? These words make Lauren stop dead in her tracks, but she doesn't want to admit it outright either. What else could it be? Something shameful, no doubt. Ethan is moving out of his family's house, so he came to me for help finding a place. It seems he had a fight with his family, had nowhere to go last night, and was planning to spend the night on the street. Kevin and I brought him home. Saying this, Vivian looks over at her. By the look on your face, the two of you must have fought. Go talk it out properly. Is it really just that? With your kind of bond, you should be the one who knows Ethan best. What he would do, and what I would do. Aren't you the one who knows most clearly? Lauren's face burns bright red with shame, suddenly feeling truly awful about herself. She wanders through the streets in a daze, like a lifeless robot. How could this be? Impossible. I saw it with my own eyes. How did it turn out like this? Lauren thinks back to Kevin's earlier words, and to Vivian's words, and feels as if someone has struck her hard in the chest. You should be the one who knows Ethan best. The one who knows Ethan best. Lauren suddenly remembers something and fumbles her phone out of her backpack. Lily, did your brother have a fight with your family? Yeah, Lauren, what's going on? Something sounds off. Your brother's moving out? You already knew. The phone slips out of Lauren's hand and falls to the ground. Without a second thought, Lauren takes off running back. I have to apologize to Ethan. I have to tell him I was wrong. Out on the street, Kevin freezes at the sight of Lauren, then his face turns cold. Where is Ethan? I need to find him, Lauren blurts out without thinking. Kevin sneers with contempt. Forget it. A princess like you is way out of our league. Don't try this with us. I know I was wrong. I really need to find Ethan. Lauren's voice cracks with tears. She thinks back to that moment when it was Ethan's darkest hour, and yet she failed to stand by his side, and even joined others in doubting him. How devastated he must have been. Just go. You're not one of us. Lauren looks pleadingly toward Vivian. Vivian, I'm sorry. I'm begging you. Please tell me where Ethan is. Vivian, don't tell her. Lauren rushes forward and begs. Vivian, please, I just want to say sorry to Ethan, that's all. Who's supposed to believe you now? Earlier you were saying you saw it with your own eyes, now you're playing this fake act. I'm sorry. Orchid Apartments, room 303. Thank you. Vivian, things have to be resolved eventually. Let them work it out themselves. The moment I sit down, the doorbell rings. I think it's Vivian, but when I open the door I find Lauren standing there. I say coldly, what are you doing here? You're looking for a place. What are you trying to say? Why didn't you tell us? If you had just said something, we would have understood you. I don't need that. My tone grows even colder. Lauren becomes even more flustered, forcing herself to calm down. When did we become like this? Why won't you tell me anything anymore? What did you actually come here for? Whether it was Lauren or my own parents, none of them ever believed in me. So why should I bother explaining? I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I shouldn't have doubted you. I was just too angry in the moment. I'm really sorry. No need to apologize. I don't expect anyone to believe me anymore. Lauren's heart clenches painfully once more. My words fall like a whip, striking hard on her heart. Can you forgive me? I let out a long breath. Just go home. There is nothing between us anymore, so there's nothing to forgive. Just being classmates is enough. Are we really only going to be classmates? Yes. The sun is setting. Lauren wanders aimlessly through the streets. My words feel like blades, stabbing into her heart one after another. She thinks back to what happened earlier and wishes she could slap herself several times. Lauren thinks she should be the one who knows Ethan best. She was supposed to be the one who knows Ethan best. Just then, her phone rings. It's Helen, her senior. Lauren, is that you? I heard about what happened with Ethan. Is there some kind of misunderstanding? I heard the school got involved in Ethan's case, and the disciplinary notice has already been issued. That fast? What actually happened? Did you misunderstand something? Lauren lets out a small sob, too ashamed to say it out loud. Go talk it through with Ethan properly. Others may not know Ethan, but you should know him, shouldn't you? These words send another sharp pain through Lauren's heart. There's something I probably shouldn't tell you, but I might as well take this chance to say it. That club task you got before, you thought we were the ones helping you. That wasn't the case. We all had our own tasks, we could barely manage them. It was Ethan running around behind the scenes, taking care of everything for you the whole time. He's genuinely been so good to you. He may not say it, but you can see it in everything he does. If the two of you have any misunderstandings, please clear them up as soon as you can. After the call ends, the more Lauren thinks, the worse she feels, until she crouches on the road and bursts into loud sobs. Ethan was so good to me, and in the end I still didn't choose to believe him. On the other side, Lily hangs up the phone and rushes over to Linda in a panic. Mom, something's wrong. Ethan is about to be punished by the school. What's going on? It sounds like Ethan was misunderstood. They thought he was dating on campus and now he's getting disciplined. What do we do? Your father must have said something. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Not long after, Richard comes back. His face is flushed, his breath reeking of alcohol. What is it? Why the rush to call me back? Ethan is about to be disciplined by the school. Did you know about this? I know. I'm the one who told the school to follow up on it. He needs to be punished harshly, to teach him a real lesson. Why would you do this? Do you know what he did? I've always wanted him to grow into a real man standing tall, and what does he do? He refuses to learn anything good. Now he's out there imitating others, chasing romance. Do you have any idea? For the sake of a relationship, he's not even coming home anymore. He wants to live outside. I will absolutely not allow this. If he still refuses to change, I'll use even harsher means to deal with him. I don't believe he can fly out of my grip. Slap. 5 finger marks appear on his face. Ethan is not in a relationship. His classmates got it wrong. Someone was only helping him look for a place to live. They've already cleared it up now. Impossible, he admitted it himself. Don't go making things up just to clear his name. You're hurting him. Do you understand? In the past, whatever you said or did, I supported you unconditionally, but now, I realize I was wrong. You are far too stubborn. Whatever you believe, you think it's right. You'll never admit you're wrong. Why bring this up now? None of this has anything to do with what's happening. Ethan's classmate just called and explained the whole situation. If you have doubts, you can also confirm it with his homeroom teacher. Hearing Linda say this, Richard is finally shaken. Ah, then why did he admit to it? He clearly admitted it himself. What have you done to him? With a father like you, would defending himself even matter? What else could it be? Our son only has a few months left to live. He doesn't care about any of this anymore. No, impossible, impossible. Dad, look what time it is. Hurry up and call the teachers. See if there's any way to fix this. Fumbling, Richard pulls out his phone and dials. Hello, Ms. Parker. It's Ethan's father. About what happened today, I wanted to double check. What? It might have been a misunderstanding? How'd this happen? He admitted it himself, right? How did it come to this? What do you mean you don't know either? Miss Parker, what do we do now? Can the punishment still be revoked? He's still a student, in the best years of his life. We can't let something that didn't even happen ruin his future. Yes, I know I was the one who insisted on it, but this whole thing didn't actually happen, did it? What? The punishment has already been issued and cannot be revoked? What kind of reason is that? Should a reason like that be allowed to ruin a child's whole life? Miss Parker, please help me find a way. Something like this can have a huge impact on Ethan. After hanging up, Richard's lips have gone white. How could this happen? I only wanted what was best for him. I only wanted what was best for him. The next morning, with the sun already up, I slowly get out of bed, check the time out of habit, and reach for my clothes. Even though today is Saturday. Wait, I've already moved out. Why should I still be so bound by rules? I snap out of it and toss the clothes aside. I put on the song "I'm Not Going to School Tomorrow" on my phone, then lie back down comfortably. When I get up again, it's already 12 o'clock. I lazily wash up, then head out to grab a meal. After eating, I go to the supermarket and pick up some basic daily supplies. Aside from the daily necessities, I also grab a few sets of clothes. By the time I get home with everything, it's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't clean properly yesterday, so today I tidy and clean the place up so I can officially settle in. After all the work, it's already 5 in the afternoon. Yet at this moment, I feel an odd kind of satisfaction I can't quite explain. Ring ring, my phone starts ringing. I glance at the caller ID and pick up. Mom. Ethan, about what your father did, Mom didn't know. I'm here to apologize to you on his behalf. Fine, alright. Ethan, your father just misunderstood. He doesn't mean you any harm. He's actually always cared about you. Alright. Linda listens to my perfunctory tone, and something aches inside her. She suddenly remembers how in the past, whenever I faced them, I always wore such an eager, earnest look. Are you angry? Hearing this question, I fall into a brief daze. Angry. They've never once cared about my feelings before. When has anyone ever asked me if I was angry? No. If you have anything on your mind, you can tell Mom. I'll really listen. No. It feels like you don't want to tell Mom anything. There's nothing, Mom. Don't overthink it. I think to myself, there are some things I simply cannot say as a son. And most importantly, at this point, saying anything doesn't really matter anymore. Why didn't they ever ask before? The other end of the line falls silent for a moment. I think the call is about to end when the voice comes through again. By the way, didn't you say a while back you miss Grandma? How about we visit her these next couple of days? Without waiting for me to answer, Mom continues, this time it'll just be us and your sister. She probably wants to see Grandma too. Okay, I think to myself, Grandma called me a while ago, telling me she missed me a little. I mentioned wanting to visit her, but Mom and Dad didn't take it seriously. Then all this stuff happened, and I ended up letting it slip my mind. In front of a shop, I stand with my everyday backpack. I carry myself decently, and passers-by on the street can't help but glance over more than once. After a while, a red car pulls up in front of me. Linda steps out from the driver's seat. Ethan, what do you want to eat? I will go get it for you. No need. I'm not used to Mom acting this warm. I open the back door and slide inside. In the back seat, Lily sits beside me with a small backpack, wearing a worried expression. Unlike me, Grandma has a very warm relationship with me, but she's rather cold with everyone else, including Lily. So Lily is actually a bit afraid of Grandma. Brother Ethan. Seeing me, Lily calls out timidly. I give a small nod and sit quietly beside her. The car starts up and weaves through the city's roads, and before long we've left the city behind. Grandma lives in the countryside, far from the city. The drive takes about 2 hours. Along the way, Linda warmly asks me about how things are going now. I answer her in bits and pieces. Outside the window, 2 rows of trees keep sliding past. Perhaps it's moments like this, when my memories come flooding back like a tide. It was around when I was 10 years old. It was summer vacation, and my parents were too busy with work to take care of me. So they left me with my grandpa on Dad's side, who helped look after me, while Lily followed Dad to his office, so he could keep an eye on her when he had time. But since summer vacation lasts 30 days, Dad worried Grandpa would get worn out, so after half a month, he had Mom bring me over to Grandma and Grandpa's on Mom's side. Grandpa was still alive back then. That was when I gradually grew close to Grandma and Grandpa. For every summer after that, I spent most of my time with either Grandpa on Dad's side or with Grandma and Grandpa on Mom's side. Later, when I was independent enough, my parents didn't have to drive me to my grandparents anymore, because I could get there on my own. But the year I turned 12, Grandpa passed away, leaving only Grandma, so I spent even more time keeping her company. Thinking of Grandpa, I'm again filled with sorrow and guilt. If only back then. Ethan, Lily's voice reaches my ears and I snap back to reality. Linda and Lily are both looking at me. Only then do I realize that without noticing, we've already arrived. I open the car door and step out. Mom, I'm here. Linda parks the car and walks into the courtyard, calling out loudly. An elderly woman with silver-white hair steps out from inside the house. She looks about half like Linda, is somewhat plump, and her face is full of wrinkles. She looks well into her 60s. This is my Grandma Rose. Seeing Linda, Grandma Rose gives a cold nod without saying much, but when she sees me, a small smile finally appears on her face. She walks up to me and says, warmly, "Sweetheart, it's only been a little while. How did you get so thin?" "I'm fine. Come inside." Grandma Rose takes my hand and walks me in ahead, asking about how I've been, as if she doesn't even see Linda and Lily behind her. Seeing this, Lily says timidly, "Mom, it feels like Grandma doesn't like me." "It's not like that. That's just how your grandma is. She's grown a little distant over these years. It has nothing to do with you, but she treats your brother differently. It's probably because your brother spent more time with her over the years." Inside the house, Grandma Rose pulls me down to sit. The old wooden dining table is still there. Nothing has really changed, but I can still sense that Grandma talks more than she used to, and looks a bit more worn out. It gives me a sense of unease. "Mom, we'll be staying here for the next couple of days. I'll go tidy things up in a bit so you can settle in." After chatting for a while, I stand up. "Grandma, I'm going to visit Grandpa." "All right." She rises with practiced ease and pulls out some paper offerings and other spirit money from the storage room, then hands me a few sticks of incense. "Go on, your grandpa must be missing you too." Hearing this exchange, Linda's expression flickers between emotions. Soon she lets out a long sigh and mutters to herself, "What's done is done. Let it go." There's a small hillside in the village where Grandpa is buried. He chose the spot himself while he was still alive, saying that even after he died, he wanted to stay close to Grandma so she wouldn't grieve too much. I stay there for over an hour. When it's about time to go, I reluctantly head back down the hill. Unlike my parents, whether it was Grandpa on Dad's side or Grandma and Grandpa on Mom's side, they were always good to me. It was only around these elders that I ever felt like I had someone to lean on. Crying again? I shake my head. Grandma Rose gives me a light pat on the head. "Every single time. I've told you again and again. What happened to your grandpa wasn't your fault." I only manage a weak smile. Linda lowers her head. Perhaps if Ethan weren't in this condition, she still wouldn't be able to let go of what's been stuck in her heart. "Mom, what's going on here? Don't ask so many questions." Lily backs off sulking. That evening, Grandma cooks a full table of dishes, every single one of them my favorites. Seeing these dishes, something aches in my chest again. Perhaps it's in moments like this that my heart becomes especially tender. Come to think of it, back when I used to visit Grandma and Grandpa, I was the same way I was at home, just eating whatever was served, never daring to say what I liked. But Grandpa told me to speak up about what I wanted, and coaxed the answers out of me one by one. After that, Grandma and Grandpa remembered every one of my favorite foods, always cooking and buying the things I loved. Grandpa told me, that's what makes spending money worth it. Mom, are you missing Dad? Linda looks at the full table of dishes and sighs deeply. Grandma Rose shows a hint of displeasure. Just eat, don't talk so much. Linda knows her mother's ways well, so she doesn't dwell on it, and starts eating with mixed feelings. Lily eats heartily beside her. Even though Grandma doesn't favor her, in her memory, Grandma's cooking has always been the best in the world. Grandma's house isn't big, with one storage room and 2 bedrooms. I used to sleep in the same room as Grandma and Grandpa. Now with 4 of us, Grandma and I share one room, Linda and Lily share the other. Here, for once, I feel a rare sense of belonging, and my heart feels settled. Grandma Rose lies in bed and asks softly, "Sweetheart, did something happen? You seem a bit down." "Grandma, why do you say that?" "I don't know. I just feel something isn't right. It makes me afraid." "Grandma, don't let your mind wander like that," I say with a smile. Coming to visit Grandma this time, I feel excited but also afraid. Afraid that Grandma might start asking about all this. If Grandma found out I have cancer, how much pain would she be in? As long as you're okay. Maybe I'm getting old, my mind gets more sensitive, I just worry about you, that's all. Don't worry, Grandma. I'm doing fine, we all need to stay well. Alright, I will stay well too. A strange ache rises in my chest. This moment reminds me of Grandpa. I still remember Grandpa said the very same things to me in his last days. It felt like he was leaving his final words. That feeling fills me now with a panic and unease unlike anything I've ever known. In the other room, Lily lies on the wooden bed, tossing and turning, unable to sleep. "Mom, what is it?" Grandma looks so much more worn out than before. "Don't overthink it, people just look that way when they age." Linda gives an almost imperceptible shudder and speaks in a muffled voice. Seeing Mom say this, Lily doesn't press the topic any further. She glances at her mother's profile and says quietly, "The dishes Grandma made today, those weren't Grandpa's favorites, they were all Brother Ethan's favorites." "So that's what it was." Linda's mouth falls open, a powerful wave of guilt suddenly rushing through her. "So that's what it was." Meanwhile, I can't sleep. That night, I think about many things, from the moment we first arrived, to how Grandpa passed away, to Grandma's quiet sorrow over the years, and to now. Some things you only learn to treasure once you've lost them. Right now I feel a fear and unease deeper than any I've ever known. I dare even less to tell Grandma the truth. Grandma still gets up bright and early. Elders in the countryside sleep early and rise early, feeling restless if they don't work. By the time she's up, I'm up too. The kitchen water jar is more than half empty, so I lift the carrying pole and head up to the hillside to fetch spring water. The people in this village and the next one all prefer the water from the mountain, because it's cleaner and healthier. By the time Linda and Lily get up, I've already gone up the mountain with the carrying pole. I'll go take a look too. Lily isn't used to being around Grandma, so while Mom and Grandma are talking, she says just one line and slips away quietly. Once outside, she finally lets out a breath of relief. Even though she's only visited the village a handful of times, being outside is far more comfortable than inside. I wonder what Grandma meant by what she said before. She's sure something happened between her brother and Grandpa. That would have been when she was around 11, right when Grandpa passed away. Thinking back on it now, Lily suddenly realizes something. Mom used to be strict with her brother before too, but it seems it was around that time that her attitude toward him truly shifted. The more Lily thinks about it, the more curious she gets. As she walks, voices drift over from not far off. Near the edge of the village stands a large tree with a few elderly people sitting around it, chatting. That's Rose's grandchild. The kid is really devoted. Her own children hardly ever come back, but he comes often. I remember that boy's name is Ethan, right? Years back I heard he wanted to go out to buy something and old Sterling followed him out and never came back. That's right, and back then his father beat him black and blue. If Rose hadn't held him back, the boy might have been beaten to death. Some things are just fate. Kids being playful is normal, they can't blame a child for it. It's just old Sterling's bad luck. Hearing all this, Lily almost hides herself in fright. When she puts the pieces together, so many things suddenly make sense. If that's the case, then why is Grandma so good to Ethan? It's really strange, as she murmurs to herself. She sees a figure carrying 2 buckets of water slowly coming down the mountain. Lily strides over to meet me. After breakfast, Grandma slowly rises and walks back to her room. I start clearing the dishes and head into the kitchen. "Mom, do you hate Brother Ethan?" Lily hesitates over and over, before carefully asking Linda. The question catches Linda completely off guard. She opens her mouth but can't get a word out, then slowly exhales. "Why do you ask that?" Lily then tells her what she overheard from those villagers outside. Linda stares blankly, lost in thought for a moment, then glances toward the kitchen and pulls Lily outside the house. That was many years ago. Once they're outside, Linda sighs heavily. "Grandpa really died because of Ethan?" That is the one thing Mom can never let go of, the most painful thing in my heart. She lifts her head to look at her daughter, and only in this moment does she realize that without her noticing, her daughter has grown up, grown into a lovely young girl. "It was during summer vacation. Your brother was throwing a fit at the time, wanting to go to Dad's company with you, but your father could only look after one child, so he sent your brother over here. The good thing was, your brother didn't cause any trouble. We thought everything would be fine, when suddenly the terrible news came. Your grandpa had passed away. When we rushed over, we found out it was because your brother wanted to go out and play. Your grandpa couldn't refuse him, so he took him out, and in one careless moment, your grandpa fell down the hillside. Your grandpa's health was already very poor in those days, yet your brother kept pestering him to go out. This has weighed on my heart ever since. If it weren't for your brother, your grandpa wouldn't have died. But those elders said, it's a child's nature to want to play, it's just that grandpa had bad luck. Linda is silent for a long while. She then pats Lily on the head. You're right. All these years we've been too fixated and never saw the real truth of things. I regret it very much now. If it weren't for those years of stubbornness, my relationship with your brother wouldn't have grown so distant. Saying this, she turns to look at Lily. But remember, don't ever bring this up in front of your grandma, understand? I know. Your grandma looks especially frail these days. If she hears anything about your grandpa, it will hurt her deeply, and it's very bad for her health. Before long, it's afternoon. Linda suggests she and I go to the bamboo grove nearby together, but I refuse, and the house sinks into an odd silence. Actually, going to that bamboo grove was something I once asked Mom to do with me, because I planted those bamboo trees myself, but that was all long ago, and there's no point bringing it up now. Grandma Rose comes back from outside. Learning what happened, she scolds Linda without hesitation, saying that all those times when I wanted to go with her, she never came, and now she's suddenly pulling this. Grandma Rose then turns to me. Sweetheart, go pay a visit to Grandpa Frank's place. If you're in the village and don't stop by, he'll get upset. Grandpa Frank was a soldier, just like my grandpa. The two of them were comrades in arms, extremely close. After retiring from the military, they often got together, sometimes going fishing, sometimes staying home playing chess. As a child, I often tagged along with Grandpa to visit Grandpa Frank, and the two of us gradually grew close as well. Even though my grandpa passed years ago, Grandpa Frank still thinks of him constantly. Every time I come to the village, I always make time to visit Grandpa Frank. Alright, I'll go too. Lily glances at the atmosphere in the room and shivers, quickly catching up to me. Before long, I arrive at a red brick house. The gate is made of wood, with two door knockers, one of them fastened with a large brass lock. Standing here feels like stepping back into the 1990s. Ethan, does Grandpa Frank really live here? The village is split into the new village and the old village. Grandma lives in the new village, where there are more people and the houses look nicer. But here, it's different. Only a scattered handful of homes, with dense trees all around, giving off an eerie feeling. Lily is just a young girl, and in a place like this, she can't help thinking of ghost stories and spirit tales. Don't be scared, Grandpa Frank is a soldier who's killed bandits, the kind that can scare off every evil spirit out there. Lily blinks and relaxes a little. I knock the door knocker and call out a few times, and soon the gate opens. A silver-haired elderly man steps out. He looks to be in his 60s, and though he seems somewhat aged, his body is clearly still strong. The moment Grandpa Frank sees me, a spark of light returns to his slightly clouded eyes. Hey, it's Ethan, you're back. Come in, when did you get here? I pull Lily over and introduce her to Grandpa Frank, then the two of us follow him inside. So the two of you came together. It's rare for you two to come as a pair. As he speaks, he warmly moves to the side and brings out some freshly washed fruit. Your grandpa used to say he wished the two of you could come visit him together, but sadly, he passed before he could see that day. The room is lit by a dim yellow lamp, and a few medals sit displayed on the wall nearby. Seeing this, Lily strangely feels at ease. She sometimes watches videos, and the sense of safety these medals give is more effective than any talisman. The three of us sit down and chat for a while, when the gate is knocked on again. Wait here a moment, I'll be right back. He turns his head and his face darkens instantly when seeing the visitor. What are you doing here? Uncle Frank, I was on my way to see my mom, just happened to pass by, brought you something. Hearing the voice, Lily jumps up from her stool and hurries to the corner. Uncle Gordon, so it really is you. Hey Lily, what are you doing here? Uncle Gordon looks at Lily with a big smile. This middle-aged man is actually mine and Lily's Uncle Gordon Sterling. Grandpa had 3 children in total, Mom was the second, and Uncle Gordon is her younger brother. Because of the way Grandpa raised them, even though the family is now split into separate households, they all remain close. Of course, this family has never been on good terms with me. Hearing Uncle Gordon's voice, I don't get up, just sit quietly where I am. I used to greet him warmly and politely, but in the end, all I ever got in return were cold words. I've stopped begging for scraps of affection now. The two of them keep chatting as they walk inside. Uncle Gordon has thick brows and large eyes, very much like Grandpa, with a sharp, tough look. When Uncle Gordon sees me, he raises an eyebrow, and almost instinctively a look of disgust crosses his face. Why are you here too? Hearing this, Grandpa Frank's face instantly hardens. You little brat, take your stuff and get out of here. Uncle Frank, I didn't mean it like that, Grandpa Frank's eyes go wide, and he roars with a fierce, menacing look, a chilling, dangerous aura spilling from him, seeming to silence everyone in the room at once. Seeing Grandpa Frank truly angry, Uncle Gordon quickly picks up his things and flees in a panic. Uncle Frank, I'll come see you another day. Don't worry about him, let's keep talking. Lily feels a little put out. After seeing that scene, she inexplicably feels a bit of wariness toward Grandpa Frank. That aura from before frightened her a little. The three of them sit and talk for a good while, and Grandpa Frank never shows that ferocious side again. Lily's heart gradually settles. As the sky begins to darken, I go check the water jar. Grandpa Frank, I'll be heading back soon. Let me fill up your water jar first. Good, good, good. So I pick up the carrying pole and head out. Soon, only Grandpa Frank and Lily remain in the room. Lily starts feeling uneasy again, but in this place she doesn't dare wander off or speak out of turn, so she quietly listens to him. Grandpa Frank is quite the talker, sharing scenes from his days with Grandpa, and eventually mentioning Uncle Gordon from earlier. Only then does Lily learn that over 30 years ago, when Uncle Gordon was still a child, he had been kidnapped by human traffickers. It was Grandpa Frank who fought those traffickers. At the time, there were 6 of them, with 2 trained fighters serving as bodyguards. Grandpa Frank, at the cost of serious injuries, crippled all 6 of them and rescued Uncle Gordon. It's because of this that Uncle Gordon has always kept Grandpa Frank's kindness deep in his heart, never forgetting to share good things with him. Hearing this, Lily suddenly remembers something and speaks up. Grandpa Frank, I heard that my grandpa died because my brother wanted to go out and play. That's why Uncle Gordon hates my brother so much. I used to not understand it. I always thought my brother was pitiable, but now I think maybe they have their own hidden pain too. Who told you that? Your grandpa was not killed by your brother. Grandpa Frank's face grows serious, and he says it firmly, without a shred of doubt. My mom said Grandpa died because of my brother, and the way Uncle Gordon acted toward my brother today made it obvious. But this Grandpa Frank in front of me, who seems to know Grandpa best of all, is saying Grandpa wasn't killed by my brother? Lily's mind can't catch up. Seeing the look on her face, Grandpa Frank snorts furiously. Who's been spreading nonsense? Lily shakes her head over and over in fear. Seeing how frightened Lily looks, his expression softens and he tries to calm her. Your grandpa's death had nothing to do with your brother. Your grandpa took serious wounds during missions back in the day, and there were some lingering injuries that never fully healed. His health was poor for years, and he needed to go to a proper hospital for treatment. Your grandma could barely read, so she couldn't manage any of that. It was always me who went with your grandpa to see the doctors. Lily listens quietly. She can faintly sense that as Grandpa Frank speaks of Grandpa, there's still a shade of grief and guilt in his voice. That one time your grandpa was feeling especially unwell, but I had matters out of town and couldn't rush back. I could tell from his voice something wasn't right, so I told your grandma to quickly reach out to your mother and the other children to take your grandpa to the hospital. But in the end, every single one of them claimed to be busy. Not one of them found the time. That's the situation in which your grandpa passed away. Otherwise, with your grandpa's skills, he never would have fallen from a hillside. Lily is left dazed by this revelation. But why didn't Grandpa say clearly what was happening? Your grandpa was a very proud man. He must have reached out to his children, but because they were all so busy, your mother and the others didn't agree to come. Your grandpa never begs twice. Even if it meant his death, he would never ask a second time. And your grandma's words carried no weight either. Then what happened happened. By the time I rushed back, your grandpa had already been gone for 2 days. I nearly died of rage at that time. What a bunch of ungrateful children. Lily opens her mouth but doesn't know what to say. She remembers when Mom spoke of Grandpa. She said it was the pain of her lifetime, believing it was Ethan who killed Grandpa, which was why she suffered so much. If she knew the truth, now she can understand why Grandpa Frank and Grandma both treat her brother so kindly, while only Mom and Uncle Gordon hold this grudge against him. Thinking of all the pain her brother has endured over the years because of this, Lily's eyes redden despite herself. Why didn't Grandma tell Mom and the others the truth? Even though your grandma resents them, they are still her own children. She couldn't bring herself to tell them that their father died indirectly because of them. Lily doesn't dare mention how Mom and her uncles see and feel about her brother. Otherwise, this fierce Grandpa Frank would probably flip the table. Soon I finish carrying the water and say goodbye to Grandpa Frank. Back home, Grandma's cooking in the kitchen, and Uncle Gordon is sitting in the main hall. Mom Linda isn't there. Seeing the two of us, Uncle Gordon warmly greets Lily, while pretending I don't exist. Lily really wants to tell Uncle Gordon he's got it all wrong, but if she tells him that Grandpa died indirectly because of them, what a blow that would be to him. Lily thinks it over and over, unable to decide. I'm long used to this kind of treatment. As I come in, I first check on the incense burner. Today is the first day of the lunar month, and by countryside tradition, it's time to light incense for the ancestors. I walk straight to the storage room, take out several sticks of incense and light them. Seeing this, Uncle Gordon suddenly lets out a shout and storms over. What are you doing? With that, he tries to snatch the incense right out of my hand. I move the incense out of the way, and Uncle Gordon grabs nothing but air. He glares at me with a menacing face. Give me that incense. Who do you think you are to have the nerve to light incense here? Uncle Gordon, get out of the way. Uncle Gordon is angrier than ever before. His eyes are practically bulging out of his head, and no matter how hard Lily pulls, she can't hold him back. I act as if I don't see his rage. I glance at the incense in my hand, already lit, give it a habitual shake and walk toward the incense burner. Uncle Gordon is trembling all over with rage, and lets out a furious roar. You damned little brat! I've been prepared all along. With a hook of my foot, I sweep a chair out to block his path. Uncle Gordon is too blinded by rage to react. He crashes right into the chair, tumbles to the ground, and starts wailing. Lily stares blankly at the scene, her face pale with fright. At that moment, Uncle Gordon leaps back to his feet. The impact left him without a single injury, but right now, he looks as if he's been an angered tiger, especially fierce. Hearing the noise, Grandma Rose walks out of the kitchen still holding her spatula. Too shaken to steady herself, the spatula trembles in her hand, and she glares wide-eyed. Stop! What do you think you're doing? If you came here to make trouble, then get out. You are not welcome here. Uncle Gordon shrinks back, but the moment he sees the incense in my hand, his displeasure flares up again. He wants to light the incense. How can you let him light the incense? Why not? If he can't, then who can? You. Terrified by Grandma Rose's fierce aura, Uncle Gordon doesn't dare speak. Ethan, go and light the incense. Do it right in front of him. With Grandma here, let's see who dares lay a hand on you. Uncle Gordon is like an ant on a hot pan, still glancing at me as he speaks. Watching me approach the incense burner, about to actually light it, he steps forward. How can you let him light incense for our ancestors, Mom? Gordon, if you make another move, don't blame me for showing no mercy. Mom, this time you've gone too far. You should never let a murderer light incense here. Grandma Rose is clearly stunned by these words, but it doesn't take long for her to react, and tears immediately begin to fall. Murderer? What kind of suffering has this child been through? Mom, why would you say that? Your father had been unwell for a long time. He asked all of you to take him for a checkup and every one of you brushed him off, saying you were too busy with work. No matter how busy work is it more important than your own father's life? The day your father was rushed to the hospital, the doctors said clearly, it was a heart attack. If he had come in even a few days earlier, none of this would have happened. Ethan is not the murderer. On the contrary, all of you are the real murderers. I've held this in all these years and said nothing, but if you're going to use this to bully my grandson, I, Rose, will absolutely never allow it. Uncle Gordon's face has already turned extremely pale upon hearing those words. His lips quiver as he tries to say something. Lily glances at him with worry. Uncle Gordon? But at this moment Uncle Gordon seems to hear nothing at all. Inside his head a war is raging between two extremes. His legs stagger and he collapses onto the floor. All these years he believed it was because of Ethan that his own father died, which was why he could never bring himself to forgive this mischievous child. And yet, in the end, the real reason turned out to lie with them. Thinking back on how he has treated me over these years, he suddenly feels his whole body go cold, overwhelming guilt leaving him deeply unsettled. While your father was still alive, none of you could be bothered to care. Now that he's gone, you're all suddenly playing the grieving filial kids, and now you're taking it out on a child. How much time do any of you spend coming to see me? How often do you even think of me? Ethan, whenever he has time, he comes to see me. He is far more filial than any of you, far better than all of you. Uncle Gordon's face burns red, and he bursts into loud, heartbroken sobs, weeping in absolute anguish. Mom, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Just go. Today I don't want to see you at all. Grandma Rose lets out a small sob and slowly closes her eyes. Uncle Gordon rises with a hollow look and walks silently out the door. When he reaches the doorway, he stops. Ethan, I'm sorry. All these years, I have wronged you. I give no reply. Uncle Gordon lets out a self-mocking smile and quietly walks out on his own. Once Uncle Gordon has left, Grandma Rose comes over to me, looks at me and asks, Sweetheart, do they all think that your grandpa's death is your fault? Is that it? No, it isn't. You silly child. Why are you so silly? Grandma Rose pulls me into her arms and cries her heart out. Lily watches this scene, her own eyes turning red, and her thoughts drift inexplicably to their mother. She knows Mom feels the same way in her heart. If Mom knew the truth, would she suffer and feel the same guilt as Uncle Gordon? A little after 6, Linda comes back. Mom, I'm home. Only now does Linda notice that today's dinner isn't ready yet, and it strikes her as odd. Mom, Lily calls out, instinctively wanting to say something, but the words don't come. What is it? I ran into an old friend today. We chatted a bit too long. I thought I'd held things up. No, nothing. Why does the mood feel so strange today? By the way, where's your uncle? Didn't he come by? He went home. He went home? He just said he was going to stay for dinner. Why did he suddenly leave? Grandma Rose walks out of the kitchen carrying dishes, throws Linda a cool glance, her face stiff. Linda, are you? Grandma, I'm hungry. Let's eat right away. Before she can finish her sentence, I cut in first. Grandma Rose understands exactly what I mean. She doesn't say anything more, just says quietly to Linda, let's eat, and sets the dishes down. She has no idea that what I really fear is that once my mom learns the news, she might lose control and blurt out my condition. Grandma's health isn't good right now, and if she learned this news, I honestly don't know if she could bear it. When the moon rises that night, everyone has already gone to bed early. Mom, all these years have you missed Grandpa? Hearing Lily's question, a shade of guilt rises on Linda's face again. It's late, don't talk anymore. Hurry and sleep. Actually, about my brother, what about him? It's nothing, I just wanted to say Grandma has never blamed him. Mom, you don't need to blame him so much either. Mom hasn't done that. Linda pats her on the head. Linda doesn't admit it, but something has already dawned inside her heart. There are things even she cannot control. This whole matter is like a thorn buried in her heart. She has told herself countless times that she shouldn't act this way. After all, Ethan was just a child back then. But some things cannot be controlled by reason. After staying for 2 days, on the 3rd day Linda says it's time to head back. Grandma Rose brings out some farm-fresh eggs and other things she's prepared, and hands them to me. Eat well when you get back. No matter what, make sure you fill your belly, you understand? I understand, Grandma. With parting so near, my eyes turn a little red. If anyone bullies you, be sure to tell Grandma. Even though Grandma is old, I've still got these old bones. I will, Grandma. Come sit with me whenever you have time. Grandma will always be waiting for you. All right, Grandma. Once we're in the car, the same familiar silence returns. Lily curls up in the back seat like a frightened little bird, not saying a word. As for Linda and me, one focused on driving, the other quietly staring out the window, no different from the way we came. After a 2-hour drive, the 3 of us are back in the city. Watching me step out of the car, Linda gets out from the driver's seat. Why don't you move back in with us? No, We're a family, you're out here on your own, you can't take proper care of yourself. Move back home so we can all live together, we can take good care of you. A family should always stay together. I'm sorry. Right now I just want to live on my own. I refuse coldly and turn to walk away without another word. These words in the past might have made me happy, but now, I truly cannot feel any joy, not the slightest bit. As I gradually walk further away, Linda lowers her head with a hollow look. Mom, are you okay? I'm fine, I'm just a little sad, that's all. Mom, what's going on with Ethan? Lately he seems so strange. Hearing these words, grief wells up inside Linda. Sensing something off about her mother, Lily asks nervously, Mom, what's wrong? It is fine. Your brother had a fight with your father, that's why he isn't like before. But you don't need to worry, your brother will come back home soon. Honestly, it was all a misunderstanding. Your brother didn't do anything wrong. Your father went too far. Alright, no more talking, let's go home. The two of them arrive home, and the moment they open the door, Richard comes rushing out from inside. Linda gives him a suspicious look. Aren't you supposed to be at work today? I finished everything today, so I came home early. By the way, it's just the two of you? Richard's eyes instinctively glance behind Linda and Lily. Watching his insincere expression, a flare of anger rises in Linda and she snaps. Who else would there be? She takes off her shoes and steps inside. Richard follows her in. Didn't you say you'd try your best to bring him back? Who is he? You won't even say his name anymore? You seem out of control today, did something happen? I'm tired, I'm going to rest first. Watching Richard immediately putting on his authority, Linda turns away, exhausted. Richard turns to Lily. Lily, you tell me, where is he? Dad, who is he, your brother? Weren't you supposed to go to Grandma's together? Your mom said she'd talk him into moving back home. Dad, if you want Ethan to move back so badly, why did you treat him the way you did before? How did I treat him? I provide him food, clothes, and his education. What's wrong with correcting him a little? And I do it for his own good. The way your brother is now, if I kept indulging him, it would only ruin him. You know he'll thank Dad for it in the future. Then why can't you speak nicely to him? I have to keep his authority as your father. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to keep him in line, he would slip out of my control. This is something I must do. But you don't treat me the way you treat him. Girls and boys are different, of course, so the way we raise them is different too. Lily, stop talking about all this. Tell me about your brother first. Dad, you're too much, I don't want to talk to you. Hearing this, Lily suddenly feels she can see exactly what her brother goes through. In circumstances like this, her brother must have felt completely desperate and helpless. Anything he said was practically useless. Lily grabs her backpack and storms off toward her room. Watching this, Richard feels hollowed out and increasingly anxious. What on earth happened? Nothing bad happened to Ethan, did it? Back at my apartment building, I sit on a bench in front of the complex for a good while. A few days ago when Grandma told me she missed me, I didn't really feel much about it. Only after going back did I realize that Grandma looked much older than before, her body far frailer than it used to be. Thinking of this, along with the sadness, I also feel a stab of fear. If Grandma learned about my condition, could her body even bear it? Right then, I also think of Grandpa on my father's side. He may be stern and old-fashioned, but he cares about me deeply. If he learned of my condition, a wave of sorrow rises in my chest that I cannot shake off. Hey, is that Ethan? A laugh comes from the side. A group of guys in basketball uniforms walk over with their arms around each other. They wear a few unusual accessories, and look bright and handsome. I stand up, a small smile appearing on my face. Hey, it's you guys, long time no see. The group walks over laughing and give me a warm hug. These guys have known me since we were kids. Technically, we were elementary school classmates. Some were in the same class. Others weren't. But because we used to play basketball together back then, we all knew each other. And we were pretty close too. After exchanging a few pleasantries, Justin asks, You live here? For now, yeah. Isn't your family really strict? Back when we entered basketball tournaments, you had to beg your family for ages. I'm older now, things are a bit better. That's good then. I still remember when you told us about playing basketball. Your dad nearly ate you alive, and we were all shocked. Enough about me, how about you guys, doing okay lately? I heard you guys started a basketball team? Yeah, are you interested? If you're in, come by any time, we all know what you can do. I'll pass, studies come first for me now. Justin also knows my situation, so it was really just a casual invitation. After all, with my father's style, there's no way he'd let me join. By the way, where's Marcus? You two used to be pretty close, right? I heard he's on the school team now, sounds like he's pretty good. I'd love to face off with him someday. Wonder if I'll ever get the chance. I haven't seen him around lately. Back in the day he wasn't really impressive, but now he seems pretty well known on the court, though I've never seen his real skills. Such a shame we had the chance to see him play once, but then his mom came by saying he didn't want to compete, that he was pulling out, can you believe it? Yeah. And just before that he seemed so excited about it. Just overnight he suddenly decided to quit, totally random. As they trade lines back and forth, Justin gives a bitter smile and doesn't continue. Deep down he's always felt that Marcus didn't really want to quit, but that something about it just felt off. After chatting for a while, they all part ways and I head back to my apartment. But after seeing them, I can't help thinking back to that basketball tournament years ago. That was truly one of the few things I ever fought for on my own, so I remember that tournament vividly. Meanwhile, inside a certain room, Ethan hasn't come to see you in a long time, do you miss him? Oscar, don't tease me about things like that. Still trying to pretend in front of me? It's not like I don't know you. The reason you've been coming by so eagerly these past couple of days is because Ethan hasn't been showing up to class. You think I don't know? Marcus turns his head away with some embarrassment, still displeased by what Oscar just said. You two used to be best friends, why let it come to this? I really hope you can make up. Marcus's expression turns complicated, and for a moment a flash of bitter, bone-deep hatred rises in his eyes. Impossible. Suddenly someone raps on the door. Marcus slowly stands up and runs to toss something into the trash can up front. I've got to go. I told you to just walk over to throw it away. Next time, next time. With that, Marcus limps out on his sprained ankle to open the door. Just as he thought, it's his mom. Let's go. Marcus is long used to this. Cheryl still says with displeasure, I hadn't seen you anywhere, so I knew you must be over here. How many times have I told you, don't come here for no reason? Mom, he's still right here if you say that he'll hear you. So what if he hears? Even better if he hears, then he can cut ties with you completely. Mom, what more do you want from me? I'm doing this for your own good. He had a perfectly good job and threw it away just to be some painter. Isn't that a total waste of time? Don't you ever follow his example. Stop talking. I don't want to hear it. The voices outside the door gradually fade away. Oscar holds his half-finished drink and sips it slowly, one bit at a time. When you drink alone, wine is really quite bitter. In the classroom, the teacher's clear voice echoes through the room. Aside from the teacher's voice, the classroom is dead silent. Without meaning to, Lauren once again glances in my direction, her eyes filled with a hint of longing. Bella lightly tugs at Lauren's sleeve. Lauren, what's with you? You've been out of it these past couple of days, why are you still like this? I'm fine. Lauren guiltily pulls her gaze back and shakes her head. In the corner, Marcus clenches his fists. Ever since that incident, Lauren seems to have become a different person. She used to come look for him from time to time, but now her mind is filled with nothing but Ethan. Ethan. Ring ring, the dismissal bell rings. The teacher sets down his book and walks out slowly, and the classroom instantly bursts into noise. Just then Miss Parker walks in. Her authority makes the noise in the room drop by half in an instant. Class, you've all been working hard lately, so I've decided to organize a friendly match with the class next door, to help you unwind and get some exercise at the same time. Ms. Parker, what kind of friendly match? Are we going out? Where's it going to be held? Let's do singing, that'd be better. The class chimes in from every direction, but Ms. Parker ignores it all. It's a basketball match. The class shows disappointment, but a lot of the boys start to perk up. A basketball match is a boys' game to begin with, and this kind of match lets them show off in front of the girls. Why wouldn't they be into it? A clear voice rings out. Marcus raises his hand and slowly stands up. Ms. Parker, I'd like to request to be team captain for this match. Marcus, you would have been the most suitable choice, but you sprained your ankle these last couple of days, so you aren't fit to compete right now. I organized this friendly match to help relieve your study pressure. If you're injured and still insist on playing and your injury gets worse, that would defeat the whole purpose. Ms. Parker, I'll be fine. Your dedication to the class is admirable, I truly appreciate it, but the match is only 2 days away, and with your condition, playing would definitely cause problems. No matter what, I cannot let you compete. But, enough. A patient should do what a patient is supposed to do. This isn't the only chance, there will be more in the future, so don't be discouraged. Marcus sits down, deeply unwilling to accept it. He knows very well that if it isn't him, it will definitely be me. Sure enough, Ms. Parker turns her head to look at me in the front. Ethan, I heard you've competed in tournaments before and even won awards. Would you be willing to be team captain? Hearing this, Marcus clenches the fist hidden beneath his desk even tighter. Ethan again. Every single time it's Ethan. It's exactly like what happened years ago. A bitterness he cannot put into words. Even after everything Ethan did to him. Even though Ethan is so awful, why do all the good things always go to Ethan and never to him? Okay, Ms. Parker. I've been searching for something I can do, but right now, I really have no idea what I want to do. So I might as well just agree. Hearing my answer, the students in the classroom start bubbling up like a pot of boiling water. Actually, Ethan being captain is great. He plays basketball really well and his shots are super accurate. Yeah, I've seen it too, that time Ethan shot from beyond the three-point line. It was nothing but net. Seriously impressive. Wonder how strong the neighboring class is. If they don't have anyone decent, then our class is definitely winning. Right, we can just wipe the floor with them. What else can they do? These people's words are like needles, pricking into Marcus one after another. Though he's sitting in the classroom, he wishes he could find a crack in the floor to crawl into. What he could never earn on his own, Ethan gets so effortlessly when it's really him who's the best at basketball. Right now, no one is taking him seriously, not one word has even mentioned his name. He feels like a total clown. Marcus suddenly looks up, and not far away, Lauren is staring blankly at me. Her eyes shine with feeling, tender emotions she has never shown for him. Marcus silently rises and limps out through the back, leaving this classroom he no longer fits into. His figure looks especially lonely in this moment, but no one notices. Everyone is too busy discussing the friendly match. Marcus steps out through the classroom doorway and lets out a self-mocking smile, thinking back to that basketball tournament from years ago. He will never forget that scene. Ethan chose others and abandoned him. He has never told anyone about this, but even at this very moment, it remains carved into his heart. The dismissal bell rings, and I come up to the front of the desk. Everyone, the friendly match is in 2 days, so tonight we need to finalize the roster. 5 starters, 5 substitutes, and 2 reserves. Whoever wants to join, please sign up. I'm in. With you here, we're winning for sure, might as well sign up. Without a second thought, Kevin raises his hand. With Kevin taking the lead, others start raising their hands one after another. I'm in too. In no time, 7 or 8 hands are up, with only a few spots left. I'm in too. Right at that moment, Marcus stands up. Hearing him, the entire room turns to Marcus with strange looks. I freeze for a second. then quickly recover. Marcus, Ms. Parker already said you can't play. My injury isn't a problem, I can play. Your ankle is sprained, you're not fit for any kind of physical activity, including a basketball match. That's not your concern, just sign me up. Or are you afraid I'll steal your spotlight? Hearing this, the room grows quieter. I really do know Marcus well, he's always been this way. Rebellious. But right now Marcus is even more stubborn than usual. I believe Ms. Parker already made things very clear to you. Cut the crap, just tell me whether you'll sign me up or not. It's a simple yes or no, why all this nonsense? No. You're just afraid I'll steal your spotlight, aren't you? This has happened before too. Just because I played basketball better than you kicked me out on your own. Ethan, you are nothing but a coward. Marcus never expected me to be so blunt. Snapping out of it, he snaps in humiliation and rage. Seeing this, Kevin explodes. Are you out of your mind? Miss Parker told you clearly, and you're still making a scene. Ethan is only refusing to let you play because you're limping, for your own good. Don't be so ungrateful, can you? For my good? For his own good, more like it, just flaunting his little bit of power. I said I can play. What right does he have to stop me? Yes, I sprained my ankle, but it'll heal in a couple of days. He's clearly just afraid that I'll steal his spotlight. You really think we don't know? Your ankle was checked at the school infirmary, Miss Parker already confirmed it, and you're still standing here spouting this nonsense? Plus, this is a class matter. The class comes first. Are you really going to let your selfish desires drag the whole class into unnecessary trouble? Marcus's face flushes red and pale by turns. Gritting his teeth, he turns to face me at the front. Ethan, I'll ask you one last time. My injury will heal in 2 days. Can I sign up or not? No, I answer without a second's thought. Marcus really is an excellent player, but just as Kevin said, his ankle injury is actually serious. 2 days won't heal it, and even a few more might not. Plus, the roster is being decided today, so the next 2 days can be used for practice to build teamwork. Even if Marcus really did heal in 2 days, without any training or coordination with the team, it would all be pointless. Under these circumstances, there's no way I can sign Marcus up. Marcus's face turns cold. He furiously drops one final line. Without me, you can just wait to lose, and turns to walk away. What's wrong with him? Yeah, he wasn't fit to play in the first place, he had to insist, and now he's cursing us to lose. I never knew he was like this. I used to hear that he took basketball really seriously. I even kind of liked him for it. But now he has real issues. Amid these murmurs, Lauren's gaze drifts to the direction Marcus just left. She is deeply surprised, as if she's meeting Marcus for the first time. She suddenly recalls all the times in the past when I clashed with Marcus. Back then, held back by the belief that Marcus had once saved her life, she always thought I should be more understanding toward Marcus. Now it seems she may have been wrong all along. Those situations were very likely Marcus being unreasonable and making a scene. Thinking of this, an ache stirs in Lauren's heart again. When Ethan still cared about her, she never took it seriously. Only after losing it does she realize how precious some things truly are. Besides players, we still need 2 support staff. Anyone want to sign up? In my view, the 2 support staff should both be girls. It would give the players more motivation. I'll do it. Seeing her volunteer, several people look mildly surprised. They clearly didn't expect Lauren to sign up for something like this on her own. There's never been a case like this before. I glance at the hopeful look in her eyes and give a small nod. All right. Seeing me accept, Lauren quietly lets out a breath of relief, but immediately clenches her fists. This time, she has to make me forgive her. Marcus lifts his head, face full of fury, clenching his fist until it creaks. But soon, he droops like the air was let out of him. If you think I'm worth talking to, then go ahead and talk. The school organized a basketball-friendly match. The teacher asked Ethan to run it. I wanted to sign up, but he refused. The more Marcus talks, the worse he feels, his palms trembling slightly. Oscar glances at Marcus's foot with concern. Marcus lifts his head, worked up. My foot will heal in 2 days. He could easily wait 2 days, so why won't he sign me up? He abandoned me all over again. Seeing Marcus this worked up, Oscar tries to calm him down with a few words. Only after his emotions gradually settle does Oscar say, in this case, Ethan is right. You really aren't fit to play this time. Even if your ankle heals, it still needs recovery time. You shouldn't jump right into a match. You play basketball too. You should know this very well. You went too far this time. This one doesn't count. What about last time? Last time he abandoned me too. Last time was that basketball tournament from years ago, Oscar. Do you remember? Oscar gives a nod. Marcus never actually spoke to him about it back then, but Oscar could vaguely sense that Marcus was unhappy during those days. However, Oscar isn't the kind of person to press with questions, so naturally he wouldn't chase after Marcus for details. Back then I thought I was his best friend, so when I heard about the basketball tournament, I went to him right away to sign up together. And in the end, do you know what happened? He gathered a full team without me, thought I would just get in the way, so he kicked me out. He abandoned me for other people. How could he treat me like that? I always thought he was my best friend, so that's what happened. That time he won. At the end he actually came to me to show off. Did he think I would be happy for him? His words were like a needle, driven deep into my heart. With every word he said, my hatred for him grew. Have you ever considered that maybe it wasn't like that there was some misunderstanding? Because I know Ethan isn't that kind of person. Impossible. My own mom told me herself. At the time I was still preparing for the match, when he told my mom the team was full, that there wasn't a spot for me, that I had to drop out. You know Ethan pretty well too. Do you really think he's the kind of person who would do that? In this world, the most pathetic thing you can do is trust another person. The more you trust, the more it hurts in the end. Seeing Marcus grow more and more obsessive, Oscar says nothing more. He knows that anything he says now would be useless. Marcus is stubbornly clinging to his version of the story, and no matter what he says, Marcus won't believe him. He wouldn't force anything on anyone. nor would he say what others don't want to hear. But he knows very well that Ethan is not that kind of person. There must be some misunderstanding here. And when Marcus learns the truth, he will surely regret it. What a strange world this is. People claim to know each other so well, yet so easily let their emotions cloud everything, only to drown in regret in the end. Human beings really are complicated creatures. The whistle blows. Waves of cheering rise from around the basketball court, girls from each class shouting as cheerleaders. Students from other classes come over to watch, some with envy in their eyes. That's Ethan. He's really good. I used to know him. I've seen him play. I only heard about his good grades, didn't really know the rest. He plays with a group of guys, you might have heard of them. It's Justin's crew. Ethan is definitely the star player among them. Too bad Marcus isn't playing. He's pretty strong too. If he were in, wouldn't their class have already won for sure? Marcus sits at the very back of the concrete steps beside the court, all alone, feeling completely out of place with the atmosphere. On the court, I've just caught the ball, a quick crossover, and I get past my defender, reaching the basket where two opponents are already guarding. As I look ready to shoot, both leap high into the air. I touch the ground and pass the ball to a teammate. Their faces drop as the teammate takes 2 steps and goes up for the layup. The ball clanks into the net and cheers erupt from the sidelines. Class 3 might not be as skilled as the other team, but with my playmaking, the whole team comes alive. Seeing this, the other team can only shake their heads helplessly. There's no denying. My passing and playmaking ability is a real weapon against them. He really is impressive, just like back then. I still remember back then I was the only one hiding in a corner secretly watching that match. Looking back now, I was such a fool. Marcus then turns his head to look at Lauren, who is staring intently at me, a light seeming to shine in her eyes. Marcus, unwilling to accept it, slams a fist into the ground. Then a whistle sounds, and the referee shouts out loud, "Game over, Class 3 wins!" Hearing this, Class 3 erupts into cheers in an instant. Amid these dull days, a victory like this fills them with pure excitement. Lauren, Ms. Parker, and others step forward to offer congratulations. The rest of Class 3 rushes forward and surrounds me. Marcus silently watches this joyful scene, feeling more and more out of place, more and more bitter inside. He has imagined countless times, if Ethan hadn't abandoned him back then, they could have achieved this victory together. But Ethan didn't do that. Ethan abandoned him. Marcus slowly rises and walks off the basketball court all by himself. Not long after Marcus returns to the classroom, the rest of Class 3 comes back too. Everyone is basking in the joy of victory, joking around with each other, clearly delighted. "Class President, today's a rare happy occasion. Shouldn't you reward us with some bubble tea?" "Haha, yeah, on such a great day without bubble tea to celebrate, it just feels like something's missing." "Class President, come on please. What do you mean bubble tea to celebrate?" "Don't get impatient, Ms. Parker has already got some ready for you." The class bursts into cheers of excitement. Seeing them like this, the fury inside Marcus explodes uncontrollably, especially hearing others nearby still praising how impressive I am. It's just one win, acting like you've never won anything in your lives. I really don't see what's so exciting. Hearing his words, the whole class feels like a bucket of cold water has been thrown on them, and instantly falls silent. Have to say, right now, Marcus's words come across as bitter and cutting. The class president's face turns unhappy as he looks at Marcus. "Marcus, everyone finally got a chance to be happy. Why are you saying this? Am I wrong? It's not like it's some big deal match, acting like it's some huge achievement. Some people can only play with people who don't know how to play. As for a real match, heh." With a cold smirk, he swaggers out of the classroom, leaving nothing but his back for the class to stare at. The class president, standing at the front, is now caught in unbearable awkwardness. This is the first time since he became class president that he's ever had to deal with something like this. Just then, I step in to break the tension. "Everyone, I'm sorry. He was mostly aiming at me. This victory isn't as small as he made it sound because this is something we earned by giving it everything we had. This result is what we won, not something we stole. There's no reason to feel discouraged." Yeah. The class's spirits are lifted back up, but because of what Marcus said, no one can quite return to the mood they had before. On the other side, Marcus quickly walks out of the school. Just then a few people come toward him. Seeing them, Marcus can't help but freeze. His first instinct upon seeing them is to turn around and leave. It's as if ever since that one time, whenever he sees these people, he instinctively feels that they are one step above him. This feeling makes Marcus deeply uncomfortable. Marcus! The first impression Justin gives anyone is his bright, sunny smile. Right now his smile is even more radiant, but for Marcus in this moment, that smile only feels blinding. Long time no see. Long time no see. You just got out of school? Where's Ethan? Aren't you two usually inseparable? I've got something to do today, so I left early. Oh, am I holding you up? Not really. I heard your class had a friendly match with another class. I wanted to come watch but ended up missing it. How did it go? You guys won, right? I know, Ethan has always been really solid. Yeah, we won. Marcus's smile is strained. Seeing his smile, Justin feels a hint of confusion. One of the guys beside Justin laughs. This reminds me of that basketball tournament from way back. If it weren't for that, we might have never even met. Yeah, me and Ethan are basically enemies who became friends after a fight. His family's raising was pretty strict, but I heard he really took that tournament seriously. Such a shame you didn't play. I was even planning to be a substitute, but then your mom came and said you were enrolling in a cram school, and you had to give up the spot. What were you even thinking at that time? We had it all agreed, and then just like that you didn't show. Ethan even vouched for you at the time, honestly. Hearing them talk about that old match, Marcus feels sick inside, but as he keeps listening, he can't stop himself from trembling. What did you just say? Your face doesn't look right. What did you just say? Say it again? Marcus rushes forward and grabs the guy by the shoulders. The guy stares blankly at Marcus, not understanding what's happening. Justin also senses something off, explaining, "The night before the tournament, your mom came to find us. Said you were enrolling in a cram school so you wouldn't be playing. We were all pretty angry after all we prepared for so long. But Ethan said you must have had a special reason. We didn't have a choice. We just had to push through anyway. To be honest, we were all pretty upset back then. Didn't really want to have anything to do with you. But as time passed, the whole thing faded. After all, we won in the end, not lost. Otherwise, we'd never have let it go." Marcus is struck like lightning. His face turns paler and paler. Oscar's words suddenly come back to him. Ethan is not that kind of person. Yes, he never seemed to be that kind of person. Marcus is suddenly hit with a bone-deep chill and can't help curling in on himself. Justin looks worried and hands him a cup of water. "Marcus, are you okay?" I'm fine." Marcus says goodbye to the group and races home like a madman. He has to get to the bottom of this. What actually happened back then? Is he alright? He looked kind of off. I heard his foot got hurt. Seemed fine just now though. Maybe it's about the tournament from before. Forget it. It's been so long. There's no point dwelling on it. Bam! The front door bursts open, and Marcus storms into the house. Cheryl is in the living room shelling snow peas. Seeing Marcus, she smiles. "You're home." Marcus marches over furiously, eyes like blades fixed on Cheryl. "What is it? That basketball tournament back then? You told me Ethan had already filled up the team and there was no spot for me. Do you remember? How long ago was that?" 4 years ago. I was already getting ready for the tournament, and you agreed I could go." "Oh, that time, what about it? You're suddenly asking about this out of nowhere. It's long past." "Was it really because the team was full?" "Of course. I just ran into those old teammates. They told me about what actually happened. They said you were the one who came to them, told them I was enrolling in a cram school, and that's why I couldn't go." "It's all in the past. Why are you still asking about it?" "It's not in the past. What actually happened? I want to know the truth. I did it all for your own good." "What kind of attitude is this?" Cheryl reacts as if she's just been stung, growing agitated. Hearing her indirect confession, Marcus's breathing quickens. Unable to hold back his rage, Marcus screams in hysteria. "Why did you do this? Why? Didn't you agree that I could play in the tournament?" "It's because of your grades. Ethan got to play in the tournament because his grades were good. What about you? You were near the bottom of the class back then. And you still wanted to play in something like that? What if you ended up only caring about basketball?" Cheryl slams her hand on the table, her anger flaring. Marcus's hands tremble slightly. "Then why did you say what you said? Why did you have to tell me Ethan had kicked me out? I know your personality. I said that so you would see Ethan as your rival, see him as your role model, so you'd study hard and then surpass him. And look now, you listened to me. You worked hard to catch up to him, got into such a good school, and you don't lose to him in basketball either. Isn't that a good thing? If it's such a good thing, why do you keep saying I can't measure up to Ethan?" Hearing his accusing tone, Cheryl feels a hint of guilt, but bound by her authority as a mother, she never lowers her head. "It's all in the past. Let it stay there. Just remember, Mom did this all for your good. That's all that matters." "It's not in the past. It's not in the past." Marcus roars at Cheryl in complete loss of composure, shouting as he turns and storms back into his room. The door slams shut behind him with a thunderous crash. Cheryl's face turns iron cold, a wave of unfairness rising in her chest. To think that Marcus now would treat her with an attitude like this. Wasn't everything she did for his sake? Does he think this makes her feel any better? Why did it come to this? Marcus leans against the door in agony, tears spilling from the corners of his eyes. Because of this one thing, he and Ethan grew further and further apart. So many times growing bitter and resentful toward Ethan over this, acting out in all those ways. "No, I have to apologize. I have to apologize." Marcus suddenly remembers something and fumbles his phone out of his pocket. He scrolls to that familiar name and stares at it for the longest time, yet he still can't bring himself to press it. What face do I have left to apologize? I have caused Ethan so much harm. Marcus sits in silence for a long moment, then opens the messaging app. "Ethan, I'm sorry. All these years it was all my fault. I always believed that back then in the basketball tournament, you abandoned me for the sake of others. That was the one thing I cared most about." Pouring his heart out in a long stretch of words, Marcus then freezes in place. He can't bring himself to send it. In the end, he simply can't swallow his pride. "I really am a fool." He hugs his knees, aching and hollow. During break, I lean lazily against the field in front of the school building, watching the students trickle down the stairs. They must be getting ready for PE class. Kevin smiles and pats my shoulder as he sits down beside me. "I was wondering where you'd wandered off to. Turns out you came here. Just getting some air. You don't look too good. Did you catch a cold?" "No, it's because of, I've been taking the medicine, but I still get some side effects, so don't worry about it." No matter what, Kevin can't come to terms with this whole situation, but he can't bring himself to say too much about the illness in front of his brother. The two of us exchange a few scattered words. Lauren slowly walks up in front of us. "What are you doing here?" Kevin used to think that Lauren was the one who knew me best, the one most suited to be with me. But after everything that happened before, that thought is completely gone. His attitude toward her has flipped a full 180 degrees. Lauren ignores Kevin's cold remarks and forces a small smile. "Ethan, are you free this weekend? There's something I want to talk to you about. Ever since what happened before, she comes to look for me from time to time, something that never used to happen. She used to be far more prideful. If this had been in the past, I might have been overjoyed. But now, I don't feel any of that anymore. I wave a hand at Kevin to stay quiet and turn to Lauren. Whatever you want to say, just say it. I want to go out somewhere with you. I want to apologize to you. Where was this before? Now you know to apologize? After all, she is different from others to me since I truly used to have real feelings for her. But some kinds of affection wear away with patience worn thin. You don't need to force yourself to do all this. Like I said before, we're just classmates. You did what you believed was right, that's all. There's no need to apologize for it. Just that, no need to apologize. No matter how many times she hears these blunt words, her heart aches beyond measure. I know you resent me, but everyone makes mistakes. We made it through so much. Are you really going to let one small mistake? Lauren, what do the things you're talking about have to do with me? We never began, so there is nothing that could ever end. Hearing these words, Lauren's body trembles without her control. You should leave now. She shudders. She knows that if she really walks away now, she may never get another chance. She lifts her head to face me directly. Ethan, I was wrong. I'm asking you to give me one chance to make it right. Just one is enough. This time I won't fail to believe you again. Why bother? There won't be any outcome between us. No. Outcomes are created by people, they aren't fated by the heavens. We can absolutely create a good outcome together. Lauren, thinking of something, wears a look of unwavering determination. I drift into thought for a moment. There was a time when I longed so badly for Lauren to choose me with this same unshakable resolve. I don't think I've ever been chosen by anyone with such certainty. But now, you can't create anything anymore. Seeing my expression, Kevin turns his head away, aching inside. Ethan, that's enough, you've said plenty. Time for you to leave. What's the point of all this talk? Where were you before? Lauren throws him a glance, then looks back at me, her expression more determined than ever. Ethan, no matter what, I will not give up. It's true I never opened my arms to you before, but I have never denied you either. I was wrong before, but only after losing it did I learn how precious it was. I will not give up. With that, she strides off toward the school building. Kevin curses under his breath, glancing at me with worry. He knew better than anyone how much I once liked Lauren. At a moment like this, what he worries about most is that I might be shaken by Lauren. I'm fine. Kevin pats my shoulder with a hint of sympathy. Whatever happens, women can't be counted on. Brothers are always here. Don't tough it out alone. Thanks. We'll be brothers in the next life too. Not just next life. The one after that too. For lifetime after lifetime, you and I are brothers. In these dark days, I've never once been afraid. Because I have people who care about me too. People who stand by me without wavering. Just then, a figure slowly approaches. Kevin springs to his feet and steps in front of me. It's you! Did you two actually plan this together? One after another, it never ends. Move aside, I'm not here for you. If you were here for me, I would have knocked you flat already. What do you actually want? Marcus is beside himself, practically hopping mad. He truly wants to come apologize to me right now. But Kevin in front of him is stubborn as a rock. Kevin just raises an eyebrow, wearing a punchable smirk. What? Say it again, move aside right now. Cut the act. If I don't move, what are you going to do about it? Marcus is furious. Even though he's tall and broad-shouldered, if it really came to a fight, he wouldn't last more than a few moves against this guy. Suppressing the anger in his chest, he takes a deep breath. I have something I need to say to Ethan. It has nothing to do with you. Ethan is my brother, my closest friend. Whatever you have to say, you can say to me. Marcus stares blankly at Kevin. Ethan is my brother. As Kevin says these words, a strange ache stirs in Marcus's heart. His tone suddenly turns sharper. I'm not looking for you, I want to talk to him. With that, he tries to step around Kevin, but Kevin takes a wide step and blocks Marcus's path again. Road's closed. Move. Do you want to fight? I'm begging you. Let me through. I really do have something to say to Ethan. Save it. Kevin has seen right through this guy. Everything he did to Ethan before, has he forgotten already? Standing here putting on an act. Marcus is beyond frustrated. What do I have to do for you to let me pass? Nothing you can do will get you past me. Marcus is left completely speechless. This time he genuinely came to apologize. He truly wants Ethan to forgive him. But some words, with other people around, simply can't come out of his mouth. He knows Kevin is a serious character. If he tells everything, he'll definitely get his ass kicked. Marcus lets out a quiet sigh and turns away in frustration. I'm leaving. Bye then, won't see you out. Marcus stumbles on his own foot and nearly falls. All afternoon, Kevin stays glued to my side. Marcus doesn't get a single chance and grinds his teeth in rage. When school lets out, Marcus stops one of his classmates. Kyle, do me a favor. What favor? It's almost the weekend, right? I want to get Ethan to come out somewhere. What are you planning? If you're trying to hurt him, don't come to me. I'm not getting mixed up in that. In your eyes, is that all I ever do, hurt people? For anyone else, maybe not. But if it's Ethan, well, hard to say. Find someone else. I'm not playing this game with you. Bullshit, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I just want to get him to come hang out. Hearing Marcus say this, Kyle looks at him doubtfully. Marcus feels both helpless and bitter. If you don't believe me, you can invite a bunch of other people too, and I'll cover the money for all of it. What's your actual motive here? Marcus almost loses it and nearly slaps him. Just do it when I tell you to. Nothing bad will happen, I promise. The location is completely up to you, is that fair? Alright, fine, then I'll pick the place. I'll let you know when I decide. Marcus nods. Meanwhile, I'm walking out of the classroom with Kevin. Kyle walks up with a smile. Ethan, are you free this weekend? Let's hit the beach together. The beach? Yeah, we just won the basketball match, right? Even though it was just a friendly, I'm still hyped about it. So I wanted to invite a few classmates to hang out this weekend. You were the MVP this time, so of course I'm asking you first. Since when are you this nice? What's that supposed to mean? Am I really that kind of bad guy? I've always been a team player, kind and friendly. Okay, I'm in. In the past, because of the strict rules from my family, I rarely joined activities like this. Maybe going along this time would be a good change. Then it's settled. I'll go ask the others. I've got a feeling something's off about this. Whatever, what's the worst that could happen? He can't push me into the sea. Pushing you in wouldn't work anyway. Aren't you a swimming pro? I don't remember getting the title. It's a good title. A day passes, and the weekend arrives. The beach on weekends is livelier than usual. Not far away, some grill stands are set up, with people coming and going, filling the air with energy. It isn't hot at this hour, and the sea breeze carries a hint of salt, yet it gives the place a fresh, cleansing feel. Coming here, I feel a strange sense of peace and openness. The blue of the sky and the blue of the sea are actually quite different, and at moments like this, that feeling hits me even stronger. So, wanna go swimming? Kyle says, glancing at the other girls with a leering look. Seeing that face, the girls silently move away. I'm technically the host today, and they just ignore me like that? Kevin pats his shoulder, laughing while gloating over his misfortune. Get used to it. The real reason is just that you aren't good looking, otherwise those lines of yours wouldn't come off so creepy. Could you maybe not say that out loud, and pretend I didn't? So wanna go play in the water? Nah. Truth is, whether it's me or any of the other students, none of us really feels like going into the sea right now. Everyone just came to unwind. Too bad, I was hoping to race you. Race what? Every time you lose and I win, there's no thrill in it anymore. Haha, that's why you have got zero people skills. As a friend, you should at least fake losing to me once. Next time for sure. Alright. Not far from us, Lauren pretends to look uninterested, but her ears are perked wide open. Hearing what we said, she feels a little surprised. She actually had no idea I could swim. She only knew Kevin was a strong swimmer. Then Lauren seems to remember something, but for a moment she can't quite pin down what it is. Not far behind us, Marcus watches this scene from a distance. Even though he expected this, he still feels frustrated. Kevin, that guy, sticks to me like glue, leaving him no opening at all. How's it going? Never mind, he seems pretty happy. Letting him relax like this is enough. What's your deal, you sick or something? I seriously want to knock your teeth in. Marcus drops the line and just walks off. I was only stating facts. Honestly, it's kind of disgusting. Kyle is used to seeing Marcus making trouble for Ethan. Now seeing Marcus suddenly try to be nice to Ethan just feels weird. He then turns around and spots Lauren from a distance. I remember Marcus supposedly saved Lauren in this same stretch of sea, right? After that, Lauren went and learned to swim, and got pretty good at it too. Kyle suddenly pauses. Wait, that's not right. I remember Marcus isn't much of a swimmer either. Never mind, none of my business anyway. On the beach, a few girls have already kicked off their shoes and are laughing and playing on the sand. They run freely, far more lively than usual. How about it? Nice view, right? I smile and sit down beneath a coconut tree. Not bad, just wonder what Vivian would say if she knew. You wouldn't rat me out, would you? Who knows? A gust of wind blows in and I break into a violent coughing fit. A faint metallic taste rises from my palm. Without a word, I wipe the blood from my hand onto my shirt. You okay? What could be wrong? While the two of us talk, Lauren hesitates over and over before slowly walking up. She looks at me with a hopeful gaze. Ethan, the view here is really nice. Why don't we go for a walk? I raise an eyebrow, just about to speak. You probably don't come here often. There might be spots you haven't seen. I could show you around. Trying to butt in without even checking the facts. You don't know Ethan used to work a part-time job here? He knows this place way better than you do. Lauren's smile freezes on her face. That kind of awkwardness makes you want to just flee. But then something feels strange to her. Ethan worked here? When was that? So Ethan must be a strong swimmer. But didn't Marcus once say Ethan wasn't really a good swimmer? Forcing herself past the awkwardness, Lauren looks at me. She wants to get to the bottom of this. Then a panicked voice suddenly rings out from up ahead. Something's wrong, Emma fell into the water. At the shout, everyone rushes over in confusion, not knowing what to do. A classmate beside them shouts, Marcus, hurry, go save her. Didn't you save Lauren before? Quick, go save her. My swimming skills aren't actually that good. My foot isn't working right. He can swim well enough, but saving people isn't his strong suit. I'll go. With that, I dive into the water without a second's thought. I swim fast, my form is perfect, and my rescue technique is flawless. In no time, I've dragged Emma back to shore. Lauren starts to whisper questions in her mind. What kind of job did Ethan work back then? Didn't Marcus say his swimming wasn't good? Right at this moment, an unthinkable answer rises in her heart. Lauren shakes her head hard. No, that's impossible. Marcus is the one who saved my life. It's really too much for me to think of him that way. Emma reaches the shore and quickly runs to her friends, crying out. This time she was clearly badly frightened. The classmates turn to look at me still in the water and shout, Ethan, come up too, the sea is dangerous, hurry. Ethan, come on. I'm still catching my breath. Rescuing someone in my current state is honestly pretty taxing for me. Hearing them, I don't dare linger. After all, the sea is a truly terrifying thing. I've barely taken 2 steps when a searing pain suddenly shoots through my body. My body convulses violently, and I fall straight into the sea. Ethan! Seeing this, Marcus panics instantly and charges toward me. Right then, the waves that had just receded sweep back in, pulling both Marcus and me into the sea. Watching this happen, everyone freezes in shock. Oh my god! The sound of rushing water echoes in my ears. Swept up by the waves, my body feels colder than I've ever known. This is the first time I've drowned. These past days, I've thought about what dying might feel like, but at this moment, I still can't help feeling fear and dread. I try hard to control my body, but it's as if my limbs have locked up. After a couple of struggles, I sink beneath the surface. The seawater grows colder and colder, and my awareness starts slipping. In the darkness, a figure seems to swim toward me. I fight to hold on to consciousness, not wanting to black out too soon. Through my blurring vision, Lauren, moving like a fish, swims straight toward Marcus. It's Lauren. Is she coming to save me? So this is it, just as I thought. It seems I really have never been chosen without hesitation. The last breath in my mouth escapes all at once, my body slowly loses all its strength. and I sink deeper into the freezing sea. Once Marcus is dragged to shore, he babbles incoherently to Lauren. Lauren, go save Ethan. Why didn't you go save Ethan? An expression of anguish crosses Lauren's face. No matter what, Marcus is the one who saved her life, and the debt of a life saved comes above all else. In a situation like this, there's no way she could have gone to save Ethan first. As Marcus is speaking, Kevin drags me onto the shore. At this moment, both Kevin and I look terribly pale. Especially me, my face is pale as a corpse, lying completely still, as if there isn't a breath left in me. Seeing me like this, Lauren feels her heart splitting apart. Ethan! Kevin, using every ounce of his strength, roars at her. I thought you were going to save Ethan. I was about to go for Marcus. I never expected you to swim straight for Marcus. Since you made your choice, why bother coming over here to fake concern? Did I do something wrong? Lauren jolts in shock, biting her red lip, at a loss for what to do. A group of people rushes over just then. It's the lifeguards. The classmates around let out a breath of relief. Once the lifeguards arrive, they immediately begin performing first aid on me. The situation's serious. Breathing's too weak. He must have inhaled water. We need to get the water out of his lungs right away. Get on it now. Any longer and we'll lose him. The lifeguards spring into action from every direction. Hearing their words, Lauren's heart trembles violently, overcome with dread. She never imagined my condition could be this serious. She tries to step forward, but Kevin immediately blocks her path. Lauren begs, I just want to see Ethan. Even now, Kevin can't let it go. He shoots a sharp glance at Lauren. You should stay away from Ethan. I've noticed every time you get close to Ethan, nothing good happens to him. So I'm begging you, if you truly care about Ethan, please stop coming near him, okay? I just want to see Ethan. He's still in danger right now. As she speaks, her eyes keep drifting toward where I lie. Watching the rough motions of the lifeguards, her heart is bleeding. Thanks, I really thank you. If it weren't for you, Ethan wouldn't be this bad off. And now you're coming here to say all this? Lauren is left speechless, and lowers her head in pain. The people around sigh in disappointment, but no one has the heart to speak up for Lauren. They can all see clearly that my condition was the most serious. If Lauren was going to save anyone, of course it should have been me. But no one expected she would think of saving Marcus. Of course, who she saves is her right, no one can interfere. But then why bother coming over to Ethan? To put it plainly, between Ethan and Marcus, she chose Marcus, that's all. Under the night sky, Lauren and Bella's shadows are stretched long by the street lamps. Bella breaks the silence with a question. Lauren, be honest with me, do you have feelings for Marcus? Lauren shakes her head. Bella gives her a doubtful look. Are you telling me the truth? If you don't have feelings for him, why did you swim toward him first in that situation? I was going to save Ethan. My mind was full of Ethan. But the moment I heard Marcus's voice, I snapped out of it. Because Marcus is the one who saved me right in that same spot. If I abandoned him there, what kind of person would I be? In a situation like that, I couldn't save Ethan first. Do you also think what I did was wrong? These things aren't a matter of right or wrong. What are you planning to do now? I want to apologize to Ethan. You really shouldn't go. I just want to apologize to him. That's all. Lauren, I honestly don't want to get involved in what's between you two. You have your own things to work out. But as your friend, I want to tell you one thing. At this, Lauren's heart tightens for no clear reason. Bella looks at her seriously. In your situation, when you can't even choose between Marcus and Ethan, you shouldn't be trying to date anyone. Do you get what I mean? Not just Ethan, even anyone else. You shouldn't be dragging others into this. Because when a moment like this comes, you'll still choose Marcus. Was I wrong? You weren't wrong, you just shouldn't have done it that way. But I really do love Ethan. So much, so much. These past days I've been thinking about all of this too. It hurts me too. I've been trying to find some way to fix it. I searched online, I asked other people, it won't work. Lauren feels as if she's been struck hard, her face turning pale. It won't work, and you know that yourself. What you're doing is wrong. Going online, asking others, all you're doing is trying to give yourself a valid excuse to keep doing it. A lot of people do this. But the truth is, it's a deeply selfish way to act. It comforts your own heart, but it's torturing someone else the whole time. Torturing? People are selfish. When you fall for someone, you become possessive. Think about it. If you and Ethan switched places and he did to you what you've been doing to him, how would you feel? Lauren's face turns deathly pale. Just imagining it, she feels a flare of anger rising in her, a knot of resentment with nowhere to go. People often want to have it both ways, but the world doesn't work that neatly. Whether it's Ethan or Marcus, they both feel the same way about you. They want the same thing from you, which means their situations cannot exist side by side. You either choose one, or you choose neither. Get some rest. Kevin gives me one more word of care before walking out of the room. I move to the doorway and say with gratitude, Kevin, thanks. The hell are you rambling about? You running a fever? Kevin closes the door and the room goes dark. I lie back down. Actually, back when I was learning to swim with Vivian, Kevin was there too. Kevin's natural talent was actually greater than mine, but one time Kevin was rescuing someone and got pulled under, nearly drowning. After that, he developed a real fear of the water. Even though he can swim normally now, he still carries a certain fear when it comes to rescues. Today was the first time he ever overcame that fear. The next day, I don't go to school and take the day off. Honestly, at this point, I have no real need to keep going to school. Maybe I should think about finding something else to do with my time. Thinking back on everything that's happened these last few days, I sink into doubt. A little past 12 at noon, my doorbell rings. It's you. I'm sorry. Come in. Lauren looks at me, taken aback that I'm letting her in, and follows me inside. The apartment feels very empty, with nothing but a few basic pieces of furniture. This is where you live now? I sit down and pour her a glass of water. I know why you came. I've heard about all of it. but you don't need to dwell on it. Sometimes it just comes down to choices, and that is your right. You can choose for yourself. She lowers her head, unable to meet my eyes. She had told me clearly before that she wouldn't give up. She'd even sworn to make things right. Yet what she has been doing keeps hurting me all along. Do you hate me? Lauren asks quietly, instinctively lifting her head and looking at me with anxious eyes. I look at her, my eyes dead calm, and yet Lauren feels a sudden panic she can't explain. It's the first time I've ever looked at her with eyes this calm, not even a trace of avoidance in them. Lauren feels her whole body turn cold. If I were furious and shaken right now, she might even feel relieved. But I am calmer than she has ever seen me before. This calmness suffocates her. My gaze makes her want to run. This state would be more bearable if I just hit her a few times. Lauren's lips quiver, desperately trying to form a full sentence. She has rehearsed this over and over, but right now she feels a fear she has never known, an unease unlike anything before. Ethan, I did it because I had no choice. Marcus once saved my life. I had to save him first. Between me and him, there's really nothing. The one I love is you. It has always been you. Please don't misunderstand. You said before that you wanted to create a good outcome. I told you, you can't create anything. And now I'm telling you the same thing again. There will be no outcome between us. Stop clinging to all this. Your goal before was to get into a good school. Just keep going the way you were before. There's no need to tie yourself to me. If I had said these words in the past, Lauren wouldn't be this shaken. But hearing it now, in this situation, she loses her composure completely. She rushes forward and throws her arms around me. Ethan, I was wrong. Won't you forgive me? Let's start over. This time we won't care about anyone else, please. Lauren has none of her old pride now, she begs pathetically. Why bother? Some things are just like this. Once they pass, the page is turned for good. There's no point clinging to a past life. Impossible to sort out, only tangles further, it will only bring you more pain. I comfort Lauren gently. In the end, she leaves my apartment, soul lost and spirit crushed. How did it go? The moment Lauren sees Bella, she bursts into wailing sobs. He doesn't want me. He doesn't want me. In that case, you need to let go. But I really love him so much. Why did it come to this? I hurt so much. On the bench in front of the complex, the street lamps glow yellow. Lauren sits deflated on the bench, having cried her heart out, her eyes red and swollen. Lauren sniffles a couple of times and says softly, there must be no chance left for us anymore. Have you made up your mind? What good does making up my mind do? He already hates me. No matter what I do now, he won't even acknowledge me. Then cut it off completely. Lauren's fingers tremble. She suddenly grits her teeth, runs out, and shouts up toward my apartment. Ethan, you listen to me. Just like you said, there is nothing between us anymore. We're only classmates from now on. I don't want you either. I don't like you anymore. I will never like you again. Bella stands behind her, shaking her head with an aching heart. In the morning, I walk to school through the misty air. A crowd of classmates gathers around, asking about how I'm doing. What happened that day scared all of them. I briefly explain the situation, reassure them with a few words, and return to my seat. Feeling any better? Still a mild fever, but nothing serious. Hearing this, Kevin lets out a breath of relief, but soon he's unhappy again. You could have rested one more day before coming back to class. You were running a high fever. As we talk, Lauren and Bella walk into the classroom together. Seeing me, Lauren casually shifts her gaze away and heads toward her seat, chatting and laughing with Bella. Is she okay? Just a few days ago, whenever Lauren saw you, she got so worked up. Now her reaction is this cold? What could be wrong? As for Lauren, I stopped caring a while ago. After what happened at the beach, I let go completely. So her behavior now doesn't affect me at all. No, something must be off. She's not planning some new scheme, is she? No, don't worry. I think back to what Lauren shouted last night in front of my building and shake my head. I smile and tell Kevin about what happened last night. So that's how it is. Hearing this, Kevin quietly relaxes. Time ticks by. Slowly, the other students in the room, without a word between them, keep glancing between Lauren and me. Even Marcus watches the two of us with suspicion. Things have gotten so weird lately. First you, then Lauren and Ethan are acting weird too. What happened between you guys? Nothing, really, nothing. Marcus stops responding. In class, break time finally arrives. Miss Parker looks at Marcus. Marcus, your grades are in dangerous territory. We need to find someone to tutor you. Then she scans the classroom. The most suitable choice would obviously be me, since my grades are the highest, and it wouldn't affect my own studies. But since I turned her down before, Miss Parker doesn't feel comfortable asking again. Miss Parker, let me tutor Marcus this time. My grades are pretty good too. Hearing this, Miss Parker breathes a sigh of relief. The class, on the other hand, is even more shocked. Lauren was always focused on her own studies before. She would never do something like this. No one expected her to volunteer this time. The rest of the class breaks into quiet whispers. Bella looks at Lauren's stubborn expression and says with a sigh, you really don't have to do this. Since I've decided to cut ties with him, I might as well do it completely. Do I think he'll ever pay attention to me again? Marcus isn't bad either. 2 more days pass. During those 2 days, Lauren and Marcus are almost always together. Before, Lauren used to seek me out from time to time, but now she never comes to me at all. The way she treats me is as if I don't exist. This scene puzzles the class more and more. It looks like a quarreling couple, the girl trying to make her boyfriend jealous with another guy. On a grassy patch, Marcus holds his book and glances at Lauren, pretending not to care. Do you like me? Hearing his words, Lauren's hand trembles, and her eyes dart away. Soon she lifts her head and looks at Marcus with a calm, apologetic gaze. I'm sorry. I know actually these past few days I've been thinking about us. There's something I've been meaning to tell you. I thought, if you said yes to me, if you liked me too, I'd keep this hidden forever. But now I need to tell you the truth. You may need to prepare yourself. What is it? Seeing how serious Marcus looks, Lauren tenses up without knowing why. Cold sweat rises on Marcus's palms. He looks at Lauren, then can't bring himself to keep looking and turns his head away. All this time you thought I was the one who saved your life, but that's not true. Marcus, even if I've rejected you, you don't need to say something like this. I've wanted to tell you all along, but I really do love you, more than I can express. That's why I never dared to say it. I knew if we didn't have that connection between us, you wouldn't have looked at me twice. I'm sorry, truly sorry. No, that can't be, can it? If this really is true, then what does that make everything she did to Ethan? How many times, because Marcus was supposedly the one who saved her life, had she chosen Marcus over Ethan? Even in that life or death moment, she made the same choice. What was it all for? Lauren, you don't come near me. She stares intently at Marcus, trying to find some sign of a lie on his face, but reality is bound to disappoint her. Marcus wears only guilt and the look of someone finally released from a heavy burden. Lauren suddenly turns hysterical. Tell me this is all a lie. A lie! I'm sorry. With these words from Marcus, the last flicker of hope in her heart shatters. Tears burst uncontrollably from her eyes. You should be able to tell, I'm not a strong swimmer. In a situation like that, forget saving someone, I could barely save myself. I am not the one who saved your life. That time we met was just chance. Ethan happened to be working a part-time job at that same spot back then, so I tagged along to check it out, and that's when I came across you, after you'd already been rescued. In an instant, a flash of realization hits Lauren, her eyes widening as if they might burst. Her face fills with longing, and yet also fear. Then, the one who saved me was— Are you okay? Maybe you should calm down first, Lauren insists. By now her whole body is shaking violently. Who was it? It was Ethan. Lauren is struck as if by lightning. At this moment she goes strangely calm in a way that feels deeply unsettling. Lauren, I'm fine. Lauren pushes his hand away and stumbles toward the outside. Thud, before she takes 2 steps, her legs give out and she falls to the ground. Marcus has never seen her this shaken. He cries out and rushes forward. Don't come near me! She keeps her head down, tears dropping onto the ground, but she seems not to notice, staggering forward one shaky step at a time, as if wandering aimlessly. Are you okay? This is the first time Bella has ever seen Lauren so broken. It's as if she suddenly lost all the life inside her, something Bella has never seen before. Lauren doesn't seem to hear anything. She just sits on a bench by the street, numb as a wooden post. Bella walks over with an aching heart and pulls her into a hug. It's okay. Lauren snaps out of it in a daze, and once she sees Bella, she can no longer hold back, and bursts into wailing sobs. Bella, I regret it, what do I do? I didn't know anything, but I hurt him. He's the one I loved most, and I hurt him to the bone. Why am I so stupid? Why did I never think about any of this? He's the one who mattered most to me. Why did I get so hung up on things that didn't even exist? I've been so selfish, I never put him above myself, always measuring him by my own standards, always making demands of him. Why am I so selfish? He was the one who mattered most, and yet I put myself far above him. I regret it so much. I really regret it. After she finishes pouring it all out, Bella asks softly, what actually happened? Lauren's eyes are still red and swollen. Between sobs, she tells the whole story from beginning to end. Bella feels her heart sinking too. No wonder her friend has fallen apart like this. She wanted to comfort her with a few words, but for a moment she can't find any. As Lauren's closest friend, she knows exactly how much Lauren truly loves Ethan, and how much Lauren struggled being torn between Marcus and Ethan all this time. If Marcus really had been the one who saved her life, Lauren could have lived with it more easily. But the truth is exactly the opposite. All this time, Lauren has been hurting the person closest to her, the person who mattered most. How could she possibly bear something like this? At the school gate, Kevin drapes an arm over my shoulder. Where are we going next? My sister Vivian wants you to come over for dinner. Sounds good. As we walk out through the gate, there's suddenly a strange commotion outside. Hey, what's going on? As he speaks, more and more people are walking that way laughing. Is she really that pretty? Of course, if she wasn't, why would I be sprinting over? Her hair is silver, she looks like an elf. Hearing their words, I instinctively think of a certain silver-haired girl. Ever since that day, I haven't seen her at all. Kevin is instantly excited, and without waiting for me to say a word, drags me along toward the crowd. Let's check it out. In the middle of the crowd, a silver-haired girl slowly walks toward us. Her looks are stunning, her features flawless without a single imperfection. If there's such a thing as beauty taken to its very limit, this is what it looks like. The guys around are all pushing to the front, as if getting one more glimpse of her would be a blessing. It's her. This girl is none other than Serafina. She still wears that innocent, airy look, with every eye in the crowd fixed on her, yet she doesn't seem to care in the slightest, going about her own business as if no one else is there. Still, there's no denying, the way she carries herself naturally makes people want to draw closer and protect her. Hey, are you looking for someone? A few guys finally shove each other forward. Seeing them, Kevin also seems to snap out of a trance. Whoa, she's gorgeous. No, I can't let them get her, I have to protect her. That's a final boss level, beauty. You're going to protect her? Before I can even speak, Kevin is already dragging me forward. Serafina is just about to speak, but when she sees the two of us, a smile lights up her face, and she strides straight toward me. Seeing the silver-haired girl coming their way, Kevin already feels his head floating with delight. He forces himself to collect his thoughts, puts on a refined, gentlemanly posture he's never used before, and strides forward. Are you here to see me? Hey there, beautiful. Serafina walks right past him and comes to my side. Again, do I really have no luck with girls whatsoever? Watching the scene, Lauren, standing not far off, feels her heart wrenched violently, her face going pale in an instant. This silver-haired girl is too beautiful, in presence and in features, far beyond her. A girl like this coming to find me fills her with a pain and pressure she has never known. I've been looking for you. I look the girl over. It's been a long time. She's still the same as before, her eyes are so clean, without a trace of anything impure. Kevin snaps out of it and strides between the two of us. Wait, you two know each other? Yes, Ethan is my friend. Serafina's voice is soft and clear, and hearing it, Kevin feels himself getting lost in the sound. Then he turns to me with a wary, searching look. I shake my head at him. With all the years of understanding between us, we already know what each other means. What Kevin wanted to ask is whether this girl is my girlfriend. He's asked this kind of question more than once, and of course my answer is always no. Seeing this, Kevin relaxes and puts on a refined, gentlemanly smile. Hey there, beautiful. Actually, I'm Ethan's friend too. Looks like we've got some fate here, wanted to get to know each other. We could be good friends. I'm way better looking than Ethan too. This guy has forgotten every lesson from before. No thanks. Having Ethan is enough for me. At Serafina's words, the sound of hearts breaking seems to fill the air. Watching Kevin flirt with Serafina earlier had them grinding their teeth in rage, but that was nothing. Hearing their goddess say something like this is worse than dying to them. Not far away, Lauren pulls at the corners of her mouth. Even as she forces a smile, that smile right now looks worse than crying. She claims to love me the most, yet she could never come close to what this girl does so effortlessly, doing what she never dared to do. She can't compare. Why is it always you? When will it ever be my turn? If you weren't such a screw-up all the time, you'd have found someone already.